up in my veins. It's a slow, I'm stuck in slow mo. Read me up now, baby. Here we go. You're fighting to break skin in hell. Go where you've been. You've had no seats within. It's hell. Now I want you again. You see, you fucked me, then you left me. Now I want you again. You fucked me, then you left. Bring me up, I'll take you straight to the head. This place is still psycho. Over that thing we know. She says she's down to ride. I invited for a bite. It's Monday morning and I'm jealous. Yeah. I'm feeling kinda nice though. It's like a stackiness I can't let go. It's a slow, I'm stuck in slow mo. Read me up now, baby. Here we go. You're fighting to break skin in hell. Go where you've been. You've had no seats within. It's hell. Now I want you again. You see, you fucked me, then you left me. Now I want you again. You fucked me, then you left. Bring me up, I'll take you straight to the head. To the head. Let's go. Is that what you want? 'Cause that's what you get. Is that what you want? 'Cause that's what you get. Is that what you want? 'Cause that's what you get. Is that what you want? Yeah. Yo, the venom goes right straight into my head now. Yo, it seeps right through and now it's in my face now. Yo, the venom goes right straight into my head now. Yo, it seeps right through and now it's in my face. Yeah. Psycho. Over this. There's a little bumblebee, and it gently pets me. It's dark and out, and then it's the night. Then it's the night. Then it's the night. Then it's the night. This place is.
One shall stand, and one shall fall. Yeah. New
block. We here making it pop. Don't care if you like it or not. Spot we want is the top. The head nerds in charge of I4C to making things happen. If you think you heard what you thought you heard, go ahead and play that thing back. Coming out the speakers in the car in the man cave. The mother bus is about to be knocked off the airwaves. So be very afraid. Better check your gameplay. Sitting on all that infinity. Take away your fan base. The stage is set. Better put respect up on our name. What you get right now, you get it later. Up consistent game. A steady dosage. Once you started, you can get enough. The people's chant ain't a topic we ain't finna touch. So bring your A game. Cause the boys behind the mic finna do the same thing. One time for the one time. Let it off like bang bang. We aiming to be the greatest. Be accepting any challenge. With a snap of the finger, bringing balance. Let's make it happen. You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC. Head nerds in charge. You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law. There's only one boss in this place, and that's me. The HNIC.
This is so funny. This is gonna be like this for a minute because, as you see, there's once again no Don. So there is a Kurt. We have a Kurt. He's doing the best that he can do. As you saw, we had an intro video this time.
Exactly. Listen, you guys, beggars can't be choosers. Be happy that I even showed up to this mother.
Tara and Danielle was like, "Is this the remix?" Yes, boo.
Yes, the remix
today.
until next week when we can get back to our usual schedule. Tech person.
Yeah, we miss you, Don.
Come back home.
But fortunately, I think the stream itself is still doing good. I don't know why the video was so choppy, but I'll take it. Look, I ain't Don, and I'm a personality. The king don't have to do work.
Now it's like a rich person in the kitchen trying to cook themselves.
As a leader, that I like to make sure that I work as hard as my staff. And
why?
As a member of his staff, I have questions.
I
have questions.
My staff.
No, as a member of your staff, I'm doubting that.
Yeah, personal member of your staff says otherwise.
On the
You
air.
see how he get real
Just
froggy?
get
We
froggy.
grab the mic and everything.
Get real froggy.
Jump.
They're the same. Hold on. They're the same staff that yell at me because I won't eat. I won't drink water. They were like, sit down for a second.
Well,
Why
that's
you doing?
during
She
the
still cares about you, but she's still a POS.
Thank you. Thank you.
A point of sale?
That's exactly what you
So,
want.
Alexa, I find that very interesting. Now I see what Kurt and Jason have in common.
See, I told
Yes.
you.
This is hilarious.
Terry got a joke. She said she thought
Yeah, that's what I was.
Paul Wall. Girl, you gonna bring a Paul Wall.
Wall
production. I should bring a Grills. Listen.
Hey.
Welcome to another fun-filled evening with the ghetto version of Head Dirty and
Hi.
Sponsored by King Kurt Live and This is Trash Productions. We're doing the best we can to make it look good, feel good, as good as we gonna get it. So from left to right, Sassy, why don't you kick us off?
Well, I am Yokai Sassy, back at you again. I'm spicing it up with my new eyeliner that I just got. Shout out to NYX Matte because that brush was on point and it got my wings looking better. Because I know y'all was looking at me like, what the hell's been going on with your wings? Because they've been off and slanted. No thanks to the two. My edge has been there.
I'm talking about, remember I helped you glue the baby hair to the side?
What are you talking about? You're going to want to talk about something. You over here trying to put my life out there. The most I do is trim fake baby hairs. Anyway, moving on.
If you have a baby and they got that good silky hair, just send it to head nurse in charge, 1901 West Gerard.
Yes, smell it.
They can't hear you.
Don, you can't hear me at all? Forget Don. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Oh, what?
As long as y'all can speak, go ahead, talk.
Oh, sup? What's
Who are you?
I have no idea. Who am I? It's Alexa, aka Luna, up here. I have no idea what's happening.
So,
Hi.
Oh.
Hopefully everybody can hear
But
me.
you
too.
have to love her because she's small and adorable.
Yay.
So you get a pass. That's
Yes.
okay.
and
Doing
so,
Hello,
Okay.
everyone.
Oh, my
How you doing? It's your boy Jay Rich. You know me.
you
Take
hate to
that
take the
voice.
mic away from me every
No,
time.
I'm taking it from you because I want to talk to everybody.
Oh Lord, here you go with the sexy voice.
No,
I know,
it's
like,
not
who
even
was
my
he putting
sexy
that
voice.
on
It's my late night
Well,
voice.
it is your sexy voice because my nipples got hard.
All right now.
Wait,
All right
okay.
now. Hey now. Hey.
I wasn't ready. Pineapples.
so
Pineapples.
That's the best part about being behind the curtain. You can't see my face, so I can say whatever I want.
Listen, don't hide, baby.
So dumb.
All right, but yeah, you know me, J1 Studios, J1 Con, and now VT Heroes.
I was about to say, did you bring me a decapitated head as tribute?
Yes.
Is the head still in? Oh.
Do you get your head?
She can't get her head in there because there's already a head in there.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Well, hello.
See, I didn't say anything to you people.
Nope, you the one that's a succubus.
See, now earlier I just was saying that, and he's just like, "What, you be in a trash bag?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know because I'm around trash people all day." And then I tried to tone it down for like a couple of minutes, and I can't do that because whatever. You know what? Put my foot on the dust.
It's cool, Sass. It's
Go ahead, girl,
cool.
put your leg up.
Leg up.
Go ahead, girl, put your leg
Like
up.
this.
Go ahead, girl, put your leg.
I'm
Wait a
sitting
minute.
like this for
You
the rest
coming
of the
in with
show.
the succubus horns?
Yes.
Are you a little horny?
First of all,
on.
y'all don't never do this. Why you always do the most with Jason here?
Yeah, because
it's Jason.
Building, that's what the whole point is.
that's
All right,
unfortunate.
I guess all the important people kind of introduce themselves. Who else is left?
Wow.
You're not gonna do my girl like that.
I'm only playing.
You're not gonna
You know
do
I
my
love you like cooked food, baby.
Bye.
Stop that. Come
That's
on.
why people always tell me I'm the redheaded stepchild of H.
That's just because we keep you out of the intro when we have an
The
attitude.
redheaded stepchild.
Redheaded
Jeez.
stepchild.
Like,
Y'all
they trying to
understand.
circle you out as being a lone ginger.
Yo, this is a mom and pop production. Editing takes time. It's
What
coming,
mom and
people.
pop?
It's coming. Hey,
My mom.
Is it though?
get out
My mom.
It's not coming fast enough.
Hey, listen.
look.
Do your job better.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
tired of women telling me that.
Yeah, well, maybe they stop telling you that if you fix it.
You know what? I'm not doing this with you today. Hi, Tef.
What's up, guys? At Teffy Wonder here. Had to remind my own father today that I've been on the show almost 6 months.
Oh man.
Yo, go ahead, Tef.
Oh. My dad was like, "What show? What do you mean?"
Oh,
Oh no.
Ouch.
Art Wharton, if you're watching, just know I got my eye on you, sucker.
Thanks, Dad.
Daddy's home. Anyway,
Wow.
listen, we got a heck of a show for you today. We got a fun-filled, action-packed, bite-sized, thanks to Alesta being in the studio. We are talking with a multitude of different folks, super talented creatives, and we are blessed to have the STEREOTITANS come down from on high. I can't even say they're from Mount Olympus because the Titans came before the Greek gods. So they came down to sit down with the king, the Mocha Mermaid, and the succubus, J1 Original, and his trusty sidekick. So, first we're going to kick it off with, I gave you trusty sidekick. That didn't work.
First of all,
I'll
don't
be
play her
Robin.
like the
Yeah,
plucky
yeah,
I'll be
side.
Robin.
She's
It's
not,
okay.
She is no longer a sidekick. She
She got upgraded?
She's
She
taking,
Nightwing
she's
now?
taking on
Hey.
many roles.
Hold on.
To
Welcome to
facilitate
Bloodhaven.
the team.
Did y'all see how they conferred together? They kind of looked at each other. Was like, "You not a sidekick, are you?" "No, nigga, I ain't no sidekick."
What are you talking about?
So wait a minute. All right then. So what's your superhero name, Lex?
I can't stay with Nightwing. It's not Welcome to Bloodhaven. I gotta move.
No, I mean, if you want to bite off the white dude,
You just gonna ask her all her personal business? You gonna ask her all her
Right.
personal business?
You just gonna put me all out there?
Just put it all out there?
Well, her secret identity is out here now. I'm sorry.
We pulled a far from home. You
I'm
already,
sorry, Karina.
You outed me?
Yeah. I mean, you exposed.
You just call me Korea Kent.
Karina Kent.
Okay.
Like a Clark Kent black.
I heard Korea,
Karina
like
Kent.
I'm Blasian or something. I don't know.
You know what? We're gonna just keep it rolling because I don't want to get no trouble.
So people used
There's
to call
no
me
colorism
Blasian
on
all
this.
the time.
They used to call me Blackanese.
Yeah, people used to
It's
call me
just because of
Blasian.
the
Because of my eyes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
literally what it
It's the eyes.
is.
No, and I used to do the Sailor Moon meatballs when my
I
hair
never
was straight.
could.
Yeah, and
never
that's
could.
because it's a lot of it is the eyes. As soon as you're
that
a
what it
black
is?
person, a black female especially, and you got like any kind of hint
Like
of
that
squint
almond
in your
shape,
eyes.
Why don't you
yeah.
come up to the mic and tell me all about it?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you like that.
Oh, okay. Shut up. That's all you had to say.
No. Without getting too deep into it, because we don't want to, there's no colorism on Head Nerds in Charge. I don't want to say where you come from, but where does your family originate, Ricky?
Philly.
You know what this
I-
nigga
look,
is. That's not what I meant. That is not. That's
No, so
she like North Philly.
as far as I know, the majority of my family is from either Virginia or North Carolina.
Nowhere else in the far away lands.
Not as far as I know.
All right.
But
You
like,
gonna
but
have
that's
to
also
share
like,
Ancestry.com.
yeah, but that's mainly Cherokee territory. So
Hey.
both, right?
But yeah, and it could be that because
Yeah.
there are a lot of Native
likely.
American people who favor Asian people
Yeah.
all the
True.
time.
Like Jay, you're Caribbean, correct?
Yeah.
Jamaica, Trinidadian,
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jamaica and Panamanian.
You're a Panamanian. You know about that.
That's right.
Yeah, you got a blade in your pocket? I bet you do.
Disrespect.
This nigga. Did I tell you he had a blade?
I was ready to be like, that's so disrespectful.
And then
I know my
I was
people.
about to say, don't defend him because he do got a blade in his pocket.
Right.
It's a Spider-Man.
Look at this, y'all. Do I get it on the screen? It's a spider blade. This Negro got the nerve to be a hood.
I really
A
was
hood
like,
vigilante.
don't play into the stereotypes. Don't be like that, and you pull out a whole knife.
Nah. Stop. If he was Latinx, I would have been like, roll down your bottom lip. Let me see that blade. That's New York stuff, though. But we like to have fun to all our Caribbean, Latinx viewers and everybody of color. We love you. And if you're not of color, it's okay. As long as you're an ally, you won't get punched. We're getting ready to get up into this show, but we got a couple things that we want to talk about real quick before we bring in our first guest. Who tried out Disney Plus?
Me.
That's okay.
What? That's not what? What?
That
Tef?
wasn't first.
That wasn't first.
No, it's
All right, Tef. Why don't we pull out the outline and go?
If you
What
had read
would you
it.
like to lead us off in a sing along?
Speaking of sing-alongs, actually, if
Jesus
you
Christ.
missed us last week, we had a 1-hour show because we were at Lit Karaoke up at Chuck's Alibi
Yes, we
off
did.
of Cottman Avenue in the Northeast. Lit Karaoke. So it was the first Wednesday of every month. We might be moving it to the weekend, but stay tuned, y'all. We have a $200 cash prize. Bring your A games.
$100 cash prize because you niggas wasn't supporting it, so we've downgraded.
But I mean, come out.
I mean, it's still free money though. Like,
Right.
Yo.
free money.
You could come and make $100 in 2 hours. Like, that's better than you probably gonna do at your job. Come out, get lit with us.
I need you to do better at your job. Though. I don't know where you work, but if you're
Well, we don't all have fancy government jobs like you.
oh,
Kurt.
here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop
Over
that.
here with
I,
the
I,
fancy
listen, I
stuff.
put the 33 over here like everybody else.
Well, that don't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yo, tell all my
We
business.
ain't gonna
I'm
put
broke.
you out there.
Don't tell my
Yeah, I'm not gonna put you out there.
Yeah, I'm
though,
about to
but that
say.
ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
to all the
so we
people
just
that I
gonna
owe
leave
money
it at
to.
that.
I don't have it, and I won't.
I stay broke.
Thank you, Jay.
Goodness.
Don't ask me no questions.
So stay tuned for the updated date on Lit Karaoke. But again, come out, get lit with your favorite nerds, and maybe win a cash prize.
Dope.
Yeah. And for those of you wondering when you could see us at our next con appearance, we're going to be at the Greater Allentown Comic Con the 22nd and 23rd of this month. So not this Saturday, like in 2 weeks. Yeah, the Saturday in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we will be there Saturday and Sunday, the 23rd and the 24th. Come out. Again,
Is that your excited voice? Is that
Yes.
come on out? Is that
like
Bro, I've been up since like 5:15
Yo,
this morning.
Let me just say this. No. And I gotta give a special shout out to Teffy Wonder because y'all know when we on the show, I definitely go in at her hard. But this fine, wonderful queen went back to back in Atlantic City, drove, performed, did the panels with Sass, rocked out, and then turned right around, did a show on Wednesday, went to Lit Karaoke, turned up, turned around right with me, went to New York.
Oh, goodness.
Drove all the way up to New York.
So tired.
Held it down at the Urban Action Showcase. Big ups to them for having us. I had some dope experiences with Michael Jai White. That'll be on next week's show, so Don can properly show you instead of me fumbling through this thing.
Go on my @TeffyWonder fan page or @TeffyWonder on Instagram and see the interviews I did with Regine L. Sawyer from Women in Comics, and then also I did one with Tranquil Ashes.
Yep.
That's up live, and more pictures and more footage to come.
Yeah, we're gonna do all that once we have our proper people here. But big ups to her for holding it down because we had an action-packed week. Everybody's been running ragged. I know Jay and Alexa are definitely tired too with the aftermath of J1Con, and Sassy is always tired because let me tell you something. It's hard work looking that good. So, did anybody get a chance to sit back and relax and watch Disney Plus?
I did.
Not yet.
No.
Oh, you
Wait.
I did.
All right. First of all, first question. Here's my first thing to start it off. Did you actually get it, or are you still on the free trial?
I actually bought it.
You actually bought it.
I got the bundle.
The 3 year or the 1 year?
The 1 year.
The 1 year. All right, dope.
Nice.
Tell me, real quick. Tell me what you binged and what did you like about it?
Gargoyles?
Hold on.
What?
Sorry.
Oh.
I had to come over to my girl. Look. What? Yeah.
I watched the first 5 episodes of Gargoyles last night. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Goliath all over again.
Still one of the best casts. One of the best voice acting casts.
Next generation cast.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yep.
See, I have it all.
And all of them.
See, my problem with the Disney Plus is I have all this stuff already. I have Gargoyles, the entire DVD collection.
Yeah, most of us nerds have already been pirating. I mean, streaming.
He is creatively acquiring.
Is that what we calling it?
I made an honest American purchase.
You know, I think that's how whoever I date next, I'm like, I have creatively acquired you. That's a great play on words. So you binge Gargoyles. What were you looking forward to?
So pretty soon I found out Bonkers is on there.
What?
Right?
Bonkers?
Bonkers. Oh my,
Totally nuts.
the Mighty Ducks animated show was on there too.
The one where they came from space?
Yeah.
All right, I'm with
Yeah.
that. I'm not,
But I mean,
I saw Tailspin.
yes.
I always
It's
thought,
it's pure nostalgia right now,
Right.
and I'm just about to go back and watch everything that I missed.
Addison said, "Give up that password."
I got you.
no, nigga, I gave you I'm sorry. I apologize for that moment.
like,
Addison, don't ask no questions. You know you good.
Yeah, he asked me to set up a server. Like, no, you ain't getting all my. I literally have all of Disney Plus. Like, I got you.
Jay went through his archives and was like, I'm good.
Well, see,
Right.
so I had most of the old like classic movies, and then my computer like died, so I lost them all. So now I have Disney Plus. I got them all back.
Oh, that's dope. And
Just-
I appreciated a lot of what the content that they had on there. Sassy, you haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet?
No, but I'm not really like, from what I'm hearing that's on there, it's not really like, oh boy, let me go get this. But that's because I was never a Disney person when it came to their shows. I like their movies. Anything they put out in the movie theater, I was for it. But when it came to like their actual channel, I never really liked what they had to offer for whatever reason. It was Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I was more of a Nickelodeon person, so I wasn't big into like the Disney shows as much. But I, when I do watch it, I have a son, So and my son is like me. He doesn't watch a lot of TV. We prefer to watch movies at our house. I would get it just for the movies alone. Like he loves Moana and Toy Story and Cars and all that stuff.
So they have all the Toy Stories, even like shorts, except for Toy Story 4.
Because it just came out. It'll be up in a
they did
couple
have
of weeks.
all the shorts because they had the Lava John.
Yeah.
That
They
Lava
even-
John always gets me a little choked up because he was trying to get cheeks that whole short. And then when he finally got cheeks, it was burning.
Oh, God. Really?
Wow. Wait, do they have bow? Do they have bow?
They have bow.
Fire cheeks.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
They have bow.
Bow. It's a Pixar short that they played before The Incredibles.
No, before Coco, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
There's niggas in it?
It's
Oh,
Chinese.
God.
They're Asian.
Oh, okay. Oh, I saw that joint. The one with the little boy was a dumpling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I liked
that
it.
joint
That
made me
was
hungry.
cute.
I,
It made
Wow.
Wow.
I wanted to eat that little child.
I want
They
to
have
see
the,
this one.
He looked
This
delicious.
Forky asks a question, what is money? That's a short apparently. Forky is from Toy Story 3 if you don't know.
Oh, yeah, Forky.
And,
Oh, yeah.
And I would love to see what the heck, whatever that's about to be
Yo,
about.
Forky
'cause
was high on acid. He was
No.
suicidal that whole movie. He was just like, kill me.
He was like, I'm trash.
He likes trash.
Yo,
He came out the trash.
I'm not a trash can't. I'm a trash
Don't take my
can.
line. Don't take my line.
They
I'm
done
a
but
trash
trash back.
can, not a trash can't.
Thank you. I appreciate you, little bits. I like you. You all right with me. All right, so Gargoyles was definitely nostalgic. Jay, did you get a chance to check it out?
No, I don't have time to do that. I don't have.
He's
time.
like, I have life.
I have no time to enjoy things. I just make them. I'm busy making the stuff that I enjoy.
He's like, I'm out here creating my own ish. I ain't got time for walking this Disney.
Bye,
Oh,
because I know
wow.
for a fact that you went out and you got an exclusive sneak peek at a movie that's
Oh,
that
yeah. This nigga went to go see Frozen 2.
Oh,
wow, just put
Yeah,
his business out there.
Yup.
Yeah, I had a private invite to, they had me off in the nowheres to watch Frozen 2. I cannot, because of the embargo, I can't go into a whole review. I can't do that until tomorrow, but I can give you my reaction, and I was happily pleased with it. I went in with low expects and, came out like, okay, that was all right.
Yeah, I didn't see the first one, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah, see, I love the first one, and I was afraid that if I went in, you know how people go after the wow factor of seeing the first movie. It happened with Terminator, it happened with Matrix, it happened with anything that was new, where people have that wow factor, and then it becomes an issue when the sequel comes out because they expect to get that wow factor that you can never duplicate.
Yeah, you can't get that back.
False. Aliens 2 is better than Alien.
Stop that.
Terminator 2 is better than the first Terminator.
I can't argue with
I
this.
do
I don't
agree
know
with it.
better.
It was a more fun action movie, but
I don't think they're comparable movies.
Terminator 1 is not an action movie.
Right.
Terminator 1 is
and neither
actually
is Aliens.
it's actually
Alien.
It's actually
It's
set
horror.
as a horror film.
Yeah.
Right.
Terminator 1 is considered a horror movie.
Agreed.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't
it's not
know
a
that.
sci-fi. It's not an action movie. It's considered horror.
I didn't know
Agree
that.
with you. And that's the same thing with Alien. So those and both sequels were then action movies.
Or
Right,
Kill
exactly.
Bill, what about that? Because Kill Bill's
I
this-
like all
some
of them.
people
But
like
see,
the
that was a
second
whole-
one more than they like the first one.
I didn't like the first
No,
one.
it's that
and
some
I didn't
people
see
hate
the
on
second.
Kill Bill altogether, but
Right.
I'm big on the second one over
And
the
screw
first one.
those people, whoever they are. I haven't ran into anybody like
I'm hurt
that, but
'cause
whoever
I-
it is,
I'm hurt. I literally just said
The STEREOTITANS actually have they covered a Kill Bill song. If I can figure this thing out, I'll play it at some point before the end of the night.
do it, figure it out,
So,
make it happen.
all right. So Disney Plus, Mandalorian. I don't want
I
to.
heard it was fantastic. I'm about to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm
tonight.
gonna watch it this weekend.
Goof Troop.
I'm excited.
Oh.
Goof Troop
They got the
movie.
Goof- Yes.
Yes, a goofy movie. I'm sorry.
A goofy movie.
Yeah.
They have a goofy movie and they have Goof Troop. They have
They have
Rescue
all
Rangers,
the
too.
series. Yes.
So
They
yeah,
have-
the whole nostalgia. What was it? The Fox Kids?
No.
What's
No.
no, it was.
They had a whole Disney. It was like Disney Afternoon.
What is it? Yeah, what was
Yeah.
it called though? Because that was
It was-
Darkwing
I
Duck,
think it was Disney
DuckTales,
Afternoon.
That's what it was called.
What's it?
Disney
Was it-
Afternoon.
and then when the Disney Channel came out, they ran a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there were certain ones that were set for syndication, like where it was like Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Gummy Bears, Bonkers.
Gummy Bears.
What? There was a show called Gummy Bears.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's on Disney Plus.
Wait, I'm sorry to
Whoa,
take
hit the
this.
button.
You done.
Hit the button.
You
Hit
got,
the button.
You got me triggered right now.
It's stuck.
I was
You
too
broke
hyped.
the hype.
I was too hyped.
All right, we're not gonna put you on blast.
But we gonna have
You
a
put
talk.
me on blast. I don't care what y'all think. I'm scared.
You don't remember the Gummy Bears?
No.
They used to drink the potion and bounce here and there and everywhere.
I wasn't.
High Adventures.
That sounds real
Going
lame.
beyond despair.
So
That
was
sounds
before,
like a baby show.
That was before my time too. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a baby show though, even for the people who
You know
was
what?
Yo, they
before
had
time
magical
like
steroids because if the humans drank the gummy berry juice, they
got
would
strong.
get mad strong.
Yeah, they would get dumb strong. What is the
Gummy bear
orcs?
juice?
The orcs,
Like, what is
were they
this?
trolls or orcs?
Yeah.
Did you
like,
say gummy bear
It
juice?
was like an aphrodisiac. It was like an erection.
Wait, do you want me to pull
oh
it up?
my gosh, why would you go?
Okay, humans got strong. The bears would bounce and the orcs got
Was
erection.
this a children's show? Or
What
was
is this
an adult
Alice in
show?
Wonderland? Drink this.
I mean, every
Hey,
children's show
you
is like
never saw
low-key
Gummy
adult
Bears
show.
either, Tom?
Yeah, but like they not making it sound
Yo,
right.
if y'all in the chat right now, please somebody post a link.
Terrell Stepney looks like he's singing the theme song out there. To some all the chorus they sing out in choirs. Like, what is
Yo,
that?
Yeah, that's
Gummy
why.
Bears. Unite.
What?
Oh, you gonna sing it?
He like I ain't singing that Lame-O
you
Baby
what, you
Show
want me?
song on here.
Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, all through the forest, the song never ends. Yeah,
Yo, come on. No. Now, mind you, I got the chance to sing the Rescue Ranger song like a child, all in my nostalgia bag. The DuckTales original. That's not it. What is this foolishness?
That's the Adventures of Gummy
This
Bears.
is the remake. We do not acknowledge it. Hold on.
Let me see it.
Y'all see this garbage? What is
Oh man,
this?
he put it up in the camera.
What is this foolishness?
You're not
What is
gonna
this
sit here and disrespect
remake?
me.
Yeah. No.
That's what they
that's
have on-
the original.
yeah.
It's just a production art piece.
Oh,
Production art piece. A lot of
Ah, did
times,
you give me the?
Yes.
a lot of times when Disney did production art pieces,
Hype button back.
they look funky.
All right.
Wait, Smart Guy is on here too.
Smart guy.
Smart
Hey,
Guy.
that's my jam.
Right?
I love Smart
What's that
Guy.
little smart neeklet?
With
With Taj Mori,
Yes.
Tia Tamori's
Oh,
little
yeah,
brother.
that little
Mhm.
boy.
who is
Who?
mad
Smart guy.
fine
Who?
now.
Is he?
Still. He has always been
Yeah,
Really?
fine.
Oh.
fine.
That's that nigga.
He little.
Anyway.
And then you
So am
boys,
I.
look at you
I
being
mean,
hate.
Yeah, and from the rip, you know I hate the quickness. For those that saw Mandalorian,
wait.
I'm not going to get into the spoilers of it because we got a lot in the show.
That'll be next week.
Yeah, because we're going to do a full review. Should be up to episode 2 by then. Everybody already should know that it's the dopest thing on the streaming service right now. It's better than the entire trilogy of Star Wars to date, the new one, from what everyone has said, and I concur.
Don't be like that.
No, I definitely concur. I'm trying to do it without spoilers. It's a must watch. It's actually the flagship of their Star Wars series because you're gonna have
The extended universe.
yeah, Obi-Wan's gonna come and have his own series, and they're gonna get into a couple other things in the long run. But I was impressed with their Marvel selection. First of all, they have Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which, in my opinion, runs just as well, if not better. And I'm going out on a limb than the '90s X-Men. I enjoyed that better than the '90s X-Men.
Facts.
You did too.
No,
That's
facts.
why. All right, I was scared because I needed
Avengers
somebody to
Earth's
validate.
Mightiest Heroes was a fantastic show. They only cut it because of the success of the Avengers movies, and they wanted to make animations that floated close to the cinematic universe.
Did anybody else besides me and Jay watch Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Hero? If not,
I've seen an episode here and there
Yeah.
when
Okay.
it was on Netflix.
That
let
was
me
all
tell
my
you
brother.
something. I've
It
seen
was
every,
raw.
I've seen every episode, and Jay, you can just
Yeah.
co-sign me. And for those listening, let me tell you something. If you loved the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what they did with Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, everybody in Marvel that you wished could be in the MCU, they're in that cartoon.
Ooh.
And if you like Batman the animated series,
Oh,
it
talk
was
about it.
fashioned after that style.
Ooh,
Even the
would you put it
character
on
designs
par?
were-
Don't piss nobody off.
Listen, I would, and it's trickier because you have all these characters to work with. With Batman the Animated Series, you focused on like the Bat family and the Rogues Gallery. Right. This was like all of Marvel, like anyone who was ever Avenger was like popping up in this show.
Listen, it was people that you'd be like, I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. You know, like that cousin that come out of the block to ask you for some money.
Nice.
Yeah. You be like, Moon Knight? What are you doing here? They let you out? You know what I mean? But yes, if you get a chance, go check that out. Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. They've got every Marvel cinematic movie from Iron Man 1 all the way to Endgame. I'm not a big movie rewatcher, but I would definitely watch the MCU from start to finish. What else do they got on it? The Disney movies, ladies.
Yeah.
Come on. What's some of your favorite Disney movies that you would want to see?
All of them.
Yeah, I got.
I was about to say, how much time do you have?
Right.
Give me your favorite one that you want to check out on the streaming service.
I want to check out the new Dumbo because I didn't get a chance to see it.
The live action one. It's on there.
The live action Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to check it out. I love Lady
I know
and the
enough
Tramp.
real tramps. I don't need to see that movie.
I mean, you trash.
Yeah, you ain't know like and a dog. Go ahead, Sassy. Sorry.
I hate you. Lady in the Tramp. I was happy to see that they let it out of their little vault that they got. I hate that vault.
Right.
Like all the good stuff is in the vault.
Well, the vault is open. It's up on Disney Plus.
Well, hold on now. Let's talk about that real quick, and we'll close this out with that. They did open a vault. One of the big things that a lot of people have had issue with is like Dumbo. They got the nigga crows.
First of all, I like them crows, and I'm black. I like they was entertaining as hell. I don't care what nobody say. If you want to call me a coon because I like the crows and Dumbo,
I like them crows.
So it's just like the crows in the Wiz. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, because I mean they still was singing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
them niggas wasn't shit.
They really was.
I just recently watched Dumbo, the animated one, and when he said, "I seen an elephant fly," he was like, when he says, "If I see an elephant fly," I think of Dave Chappelle. When he does that, like it's a little too Jim Crowish, too jigaboo-ish for me.
Yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah.
I like the crows from The Wiz, which is basically the same crows from Dumbo.
I was about to say.
But I feel like you just felt some type of way because you know where it came from.
Fact.
That basically,
Long
but
as
with
it
that
was
taken
also,
Also,
away.
it was a bit more tasteful in The Wiz because it was done by black people.
Right.
Yeah.
When niggas make fun of niggas, we don't mind.
We don't care, but that's why I said it was just from where it came from. And I mean, I can respect that. I just say, I don't think we should go through history and go like time out everything that was bad. Like it happened. It's there. We know it's there. You don't want to see it, don't look at it.
And Walt Disney himself was racist AF, so
yeah, because it was okay back then.
Racist, anti-Semitic.
Like as much as people know about, he had his moments. Let's not hide that fact. But he also did a lot for the black community and a lot of things. Like he hired black animators back in the day when no one else would.
You're right.
Yeah.
And he actually he brought all the tourism to Florida. If you ever taken like one of the tours, that entire place was swamp. It was swamp.
Yeah.
It wasn't even good for agriculture.
he also destroyed the ecosystem by doing that, though.
You're right. I didn't say he.
I mean,
wasn't.
there's good
It's
and
pros
there's
and
bad.
cons,
He is
right.
our Thanos. But like, he was trying to bring balance.
That's fair.
But
And where
there's
did it
certain-
bring you? Right back to me.
Right?
That's literally what this is like.
Right.
To be honest. And anytime you tried to go to another streaming service, Disney.
You tried to leave, and where did it bring you? Oh, Fox, we own that. I want ESPN. We got that too. Yo, it's getting. I got Hulu, and so do we.
Join us.
As a matter of fact, speaking of joining and trying to fight tyranny, first of all, thank you to our Disney overlords. I, for one, welcome you. But apparently there's a resistance building all in faraway land in a galaxy far, far away where Netflix has called in their tag team partner running down the stage, and he's got a chair in his hand called Nickelodeon.
I saw that.
Nickelodeon and Netflix in this on tag teaming? I don't know. Could you imagine redo? And they said that they're going to do not only sprucing up old productions, but bringing old Nickelodeon shows back.
Yeah.
If they bring back Are You Afraid of the Dark and I can watch it from start to finish, Salute Your Shorts.
Double Dare.
Clarissa's.
Yes.
I never liked Double Dare. You know why I didn't like Double Dare? Because I got pissed at these unathletic people who just wear. Why do you have Keds on? Why do you wear a school soul for the slime? I'm coming in my J's, baby. I'm trying to win. And Jay, am I lying? Why couldn't they never find the flag in the big nose with the boogers?
Oh, ew.
You remember when you used to?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And
They used to frustrate me. Yeah. They had no agility.
None whatsoever.
Everybody was clumsy.
They was like me,
the black
probably.
family would get up there and
Oh,
do
yeah.
like Florence or like
Listen,
Flojo.
when it came to the activities, the black families were the best. It was the trivia that we. You know what I mean?
Well, they were like,
What's
what
4
goes
plus 8?
best with kale?
Shut up. You want to say 4+8.
They be like, "Woof, can we get a calculator?"
Even
Can
if
I
they
phone a
brought
friend?
back like Nick at Night, like I love
Oh,
old
Nick at
TV
Night.
shows.
Well,
like,
all that.
Well,
Yeah.
oh my. Well, they
Like
they did redo all that. They got a
Oh,
whole
yeah,
new
they got-
cast
they come
and
out
Kelly's
and
in
do all
charge
that.
of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So Netflix and Nickelodeon might be a good situation. There's a lot of other properties out there that they can tap into.
Let's not forget the awesome Netflix originals that are being made constantly
Yes.
on there.
Bro,
Yeah.
So
Love
please,
Death Robots will always
let's
make
stop.
me
Not
stay
all
with
the
Netflix.
Netflix originals are that good.
No,
No,
but I
but a
still
lot
need
of
my
them.
high score girl because that's where that comes from, and they're about to come out with
And
that second season.
I've never seen a
I
single
want
episode
that.
of Stranger Things, but a lot of people tell me it's
Stranger
good.
Things.
Yeah,
That
Stranger
was
Things
good.
is
But it's not
fantastic,
even just
yeah.
like that all the shows are hitters. They created a platform for those who are not the big multi-million-dollar companies that can just throw anything out. I like that they gave a voice to the smaller creators, to the independents. Like they're pretty much one of the few. I mean, you have YouTube, but
Right.
then you have to pay for that.
Well, look what they did with Ava.
So,
Look what they did. They honestly, of all Ava's movies that she's done to date, when they see us,
That's not a movie. It's a mini.
well, no, that's a movie to me because I watched it from start to finish. It was a long one. I didn't even take pee breaks.
Usage.
It was a bucket. I don't want to talk about
Please stop.
Oh God.
Is that the thing I kicked over the other day?
it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about
man,
that. By the way, send me that dry cleaning bill. I apologize.
Yeah, man.
Oh Jesus.
Don't call
my
on him.
cats are not happy.
He was like, this nigga done marked his territory.
Who is he?
Who is he? All right, well, I'm sorry, Sassy. Are we boring?
Yeah.
All right, you know what?
With
Then-
your pee talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We getting ready to get up. We're going to get on to the next subject. We
Can
have
I
a guest.
just give one?
No, you can't. I'm just
Shut
messing.
up. Shut up. Disney Plus, in the 24 hours since it has launched, has 10 million subscribers.
That is a
course,
lot
right.
of people.
First day.
First day.
In the
That's
first
gangster.
but
That's-
are we surprised?
That's like whipping it out and being like,
Disney could take the dumbest of dumb something and slap their label on it. They put their stuff on fruit in the supermarket now when people be like, let me get it.
We're introducing Disney oranges.
Yeah, with
Fresh
Donald,
oranges?
featuring Donald Duck.
No.
Bananas.
Before
No.
that.
You're not going to tell me
No,
that there's
before
a Disney
that,
orange.
when because I was doing
They
some
had-
stuff for Star Wars with the Force Awakens when that came out, they had it was a set of like bananas and oranges
I'm pretty sure
that
it's
had
bananas.
Force Awakens labels
Yeah.
on them.
They did it for The Incredibles because I took a picture of it. It was a sticker with The Incredibles Violet on my banana.
Yup, and they doing it on
I
Donald on
I don't
the
know
oranges.
how I feel about that, especially with them banning
Donald
eggplant.
been on tangerines.
Wow.
For how long?
I'm just.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
This
you
is
just
not a-
always gotta mess it
Just
up.
Oh, don't be
always.
like that, Sassy. You know you thought about it.
No.
I'm just saying, don't put the babies on the banana. Why we got why are we putting Violet on?
'Cause
it?
No,
Disney
it's
knows
like
what they
it's like
doing.
eat more fruit. It was like
Right.
something like
Oh,
It was to
yeah.
get the kids.
Oh,
It
it's
was
like
to
that,
get
like the
kids.
got milk John.
yeah, but it's to get kids to eat.
Because
Milk
you know,
make me
if
gassy.
Disney puts their stuff on anything, the kids will want it.
Yeah, that's why I said if Disney
Right.
can take anything and just
You
put
ain't
their
lying.
name on
Disney
it and
can
be like,
tell
do you
your
want
kids
this?
that eggplant is good, and the
they'll
kids will
eat
be
it.
like, "Oh yeah, I want some more eggplant,
You
mom."
just had to choose that vegetable.
Yes,
over all
because I
vegetables.
hate. My dad tricked me with eggplant.
Oh, you don't Like, I love it.
Well, I mean, I like
Eggplant
it now,
But
but
Don't
the
you
first
do
time
it,
I ever
Jay.
had it,
Don't you.
Eggplant Parmesan. So unless you want some hot tomato sauce and some hot Parmesan cheese.
This trash person over here.
Yeah.
She looked at me with this grin
Listen,
on her
and
face.
you know what the sad part is? Let me just say this. You know what's funny? In future generations, they're going to see these episodes of things in different media and be like, why were they laughing about eggplants? And they'll never understand the joke.
Somebody's going to
have to explain it to them. But that's why when things get lost in translation, eggplant, everybody laughs.
I can't.
Why is that funny?
20 years from now, people are like, what?
Why? This is the dumbest thing. They were laughing about vegetables.
Yeah, I
don't know.
can't wait for that to happen. I'm tired of y'all.
I can't wait to explain to my grandkids why would I be snickering at an eggplant prank.
Right, exactly. I'm waiting for the time where somebody be like, why? I don't get it. Got some cheeks? What's the big deal?
I'm supposed to be an innocent.
It's not innocent.
For
at
once
all.
in my trash can life, I was being innocent.
Is that what you was doing? Right. Anywho, we got. Listen, I'm not innocent by any stretch of the imagination. You're sitting next to a whole succubus. Trust me. She looked over like, yeah. This is not a Disney production. We are not getting picked up by Disney anytime soon.
Miramax.
Nah.
Yes.
Wait, stop, because I just saw the James
Right.
and Bob reboot.
I just found out about that Disney slides all their R-rated stuff through Miramax.
Yeah.
Dope. All right, so I mean, I guess
Disney
they got
is the empire.
straight up.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
almost positive Disney owns Pornhub. They just won't tell
Probably.
anyone.
I'm done.
I mean, they have a whole, like, Disney has a whole secret porn stash of, like, their animators.
Oh yeah, because they had all
Right.
the dicks in
Yeah.
Little Mermaid and Rescuers Down Under.
so-
and-
anything that the animator-
Can I just say my sister really tried to play me? She's like, Tef, your grandkids will see a video of you twerking. I'm fine with that, bitch.
Well, you know what?
Get up here.
On
and-
that note,
Get up here and shake my ass on this table. Keep it up.
Oh, God.
if we can get up to 40 views, if you share this live, no. What you won't, no. What you won't do is usher a challenge and we not rise to the occasion.
Are we bringing back Eat a Bag of Dicks?
Listen, this is Eat a Bag of Dicks level, folks. We are at DEFCON 12. Y'all heard
I
that?
was hoping it
If
got
we
stuck.
can get, what are the shares at? Hold on, I'm not playing with you. And we got the STEREOTITANS in here
We
with
had
us.
56 shares.
We have 56 shares. Y'all get me to 75 shares.
Addison really hashtag Tef twerk.
Yo, get me to 75 shares, and we're gonna get Tef to twerk on this live tonight, which is really bad because we got a serious topic we're gonna talk
Your
about next.
trash baggery is making me yawn and bringing tears to my eyes.
Well, she about to
Tears
twerk.
of happiness?
That's entertaining as hell.
Oh,
But what we're gonna do is we got the STEREOTITANS up next, and they have a Kickstarter that they want to tell you about. I could talk about it, but I feel like I know what we have. I'm going to play that video first because I'm in the captain's chair. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh,
I'm the
man,
captain
people
now.
cheering.
I'm going to play their Kickstarter video for you guys so you can check it out and see exactly what they're talking about and how you can come and support them. And then we're going to bring in our guest and we're going to talk about a pretty serious subject. I'm going to let him talk about it.
So
But-
share hashtag Tef twerk. Will you share this video if we get up to 75 shares?
That's easy.
I gotta download
On the
Rump
table.
But I'm sharing it.
They doing it.
We at 60.
That's what I'm saying. That's too
Yeah,
easy.
people
That's too
people
easy.
want to see
Like,
cheeks.
don't throw up a real number. Be gangster. Get them.
We gonna bump it up some 90. We want 90 shares.
Tomorrow, citizens and demigods worldwide. Tis I, Oki.
Tis I, Hyperion.
Tis I, Hades.
Tis I, Sweet.
That's worth it. Okay.
That's easy. Come on, y'all. Y'all on so many different Facebook groups.
Oh. Well, damn.
Go get.
Don tells us when he's taking us out.
Right?
Right? You gotta tell us when we go.
You just cut us off.
warning before we go live.
That's funny.
So that
That's
we're
because Don
prepared.
he won't even put it on until anyway. And then be looking at
I
us
want
like
to do this. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, they said they can't hear it.
trying to get 100, but 70 shares.
If worse comes to worse, just share it in the thread. Can you share the link of the video in the actual thread?
Hold on. I'm gonna come back real quick.
Because people are saying they're not getting the sound, so just put the video in the thread, and that way people can watch it there too.
No, we were at 50.
All your sound belong to us. I hate my brother.
We need a chair for you.
That's all you gotta do. He's just weird. I'm sorry. On behalf of J1, I'm sorry for Jay.
I'm gonna need.
Keep sustenance.
You said it might be the wrong one. It's almost over anyway.
We come back.
Where are we gonna stick this?
Jay, if you can, fall back to the couch. Read.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand why it's doing that.
What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
All right, come on, let's do it quickly because they can actually still hear us. I can hear us.
Nice.
So for you guys that are listening, we'll figure it out. I'm sorry.
Better costumes, better props, more music, more comic books.
All right, so we screwed that one up.
No, Kurt, you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I trashed that one.
But if I was up there, it probably wouldn't be any better. It'd probably be worse.
Unbelievable. Now it's playing in reverse. I'm sorry.
What type of secret message?
Stop it. And let them explain when they get in here.
All right. Either way, so keep making sure you share it. We'll play the STEREOTITANS Kickstarter when I figure out exactly what I did wrong. But we got my man. Matter of fact, you know what? Please introduce yourself to our wonderful.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, you said wonderful. Yeah, I was waiting for another word.
I was trying to do another adjective.
A whole intro.
Yeah, to our wonderful fans, please. Follow
Okay.
the cousins in the room.
What's up, everybody? My name is Rajon Wilson. I'm a local, born and raised in Germantown.
G-Town.
So, I'm here with the squad and stuff. I know Kurt since back in City Year.
Yo, you gonna tell all my business?
Yeah, we might as well bring it all
Yeah,
out.
we was red jacking it up back in the day.
I still need my red jacket, though.
I just want the Timbs. I took a lot of them.
Oh my God.
We can talk about it now. You can't prosecute me.
So, I mean, since City Year and stuff, I've been doing a lot of things. Mainly, I've been doing photography and stuff for like past 7 years now.
See, and that's kind of interesting because that's what we wanted to kind of talk about. Jay, can you test that mic out?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. All right, good start.
All right.
We got Jay on the couch for right now, but
Oh no.
my man Reed, he came through because we wanted to kind of touch on an interesting topic because, on the show, we like to support creatives as a whole. You work with a lot of different creatives, and you've noticed a disturbing trend.
Yeah. It's basically maneuvering through, life, work, being an entrepreneur, and battling through mental health. Battling through depression, anxiety, and the whole thing. The whole experience has been like a real big. It's been a quite learning experience, good and bad, because it's like every morning you don't know how you're gonna wake up.
Right.
Like you can wait. Some days I wake up, I feel like I'm ready to take on the whole world. Nothing can stop me. This, that, and the other. And then, like in the middle of a day or anywhere, I'll just shut down. I can have a moment where I shut completely down. Start thinking of like feelings of failure, not completing things and stuff like that. Start questioning everything. And when people talk to you, you can take everything negative. Or if you have a situation at work, it could be like the smallest situation at work, but in your head, it's like you're about to get fired.
Oh yeah.
That type of thing, and then even with, it's crazy because I've seen a lot of ignorant comments, towards mental health. And it's crazy because, you know, you got kids out here like taking their own lives and stuff like that. And then, you know, a lot of people, like for instance, one of my favorites, Mac Miller. And it was crazy. That one took me personally because I was actually due to interview him. And I was talking with his manager and everything. Everything was about to be set up. And then it seemed like closer to the date that he was coming to Philly, next thing you hear about him taking his whole life and stuff. And I was like, yo. But then a lot of people don't pay attention. Even the guy from, what's the group? Linkin Park, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when we lost,
you
what
know,
was his name?
Chester.
Chester,
Yeah, the thing is, if you listen to the music, he was literally telling you what he was going through and stuff like that. But people just see it as music.
Right.
You know, but this is what he was really going through and stuff. And it's crazy because when I say about 3 years ago, that's when I was in my real deep, dark depression. And it's crazy how things played out because certain music came out around that time. And I felt it deep. The first person was Ace Hood, which I like some of his music, but I wasn't a big fan. But I became a big fan because he was like hitting topics and rapping about what he was going through.
You talking about Mr. I Woke Up in a Bugatti?
Yeah.
That's the only Ace Hood song.
I'm mad you going to bring up
and it
one.
It was
mad serious.
Yo, it was mad serious. She was like, not Mr. Woke Up in a Bugatti.
Yeah. So I mean, I could drop a couple names. It was everything from I was in the Ace Hood. Then recently people like Big Sean and stuff like that. Big Sean, all his music and stuff talking about how he overcome depression and stuff like that. And it's a lot of other rappers that's been talking about it. So it was like a lot of that music helped push me through. You know, it's not over. I still have my moments, but for the most part, I've overcome a lot. There's been times I literally put down my camera and said, I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
You know, there's an even further story and stuff that I really don't like to talk about it because it's really more of a private thing. Like me and my daughter actually suffered around the same time. And I can only tell one part, like she literally tried to commit suicide on 3 different attempts.
Oh wow, that's deep.
Now the thing is, when you have a depression as a parent, then it goes in, you start questioning yourself as a parent. Are you good enough as a parent and stuff? And I really don't tell a lot of people because out of respect to my daughter, you know, she does, you know, but you know, that's as far as I'll go with that. But it's a challenge each and every day. And I wasn't quick to go to therapy or, you know, hop on meds and stuff like that. To me, I thought I can get through this, and some days I was good, and then some days I would literally be like in a dark room and sleep a lot. And that's all I didn't cut off so many people in my life, it was crazy. Like I cut off people that genuinely cared for me, and I knew it. But because I felt that they didn't understand or nobody cared, I just did it. Like I really pretty much started my life clean slate all over again because that was my mentality. Nobody cared. Some people sound like they was happy I went through it and stuff like that. Like, and so it's the several different mentality. Like you have to train your mindset and stuff. But the thing that was different about me when I did go to a therapist, the therapist told me I was like a real strong person because I started doing research. Like, okay.
I think that's interesting. Not to interrupt you, but and I want to ask you about that because a lot of people, especially in the black community, seems to have a adverse reaction to the concept of going to therapy.
Right.
And today you're the second person of color to tell me that they talk to a therapist.
Right.
Did you have any aversion to going? And if so, what changed your perception about it?
I was a little hesitant at first, but then I got to a point where I felt like I have to do something because I felt like it was taking over too much at one point. So I said, all right, let me make up a session, stuff like that, and see how this goes.
So did you go on your own, or was it suggested to you? Because
it was suggested, actually.
Okay, because that's how I got started going. I went because it was in college, and I was sick, and the doctor was like, "Tell me how you ended up here," and I was saying, literally like my whole life up to this point. She was like, so you need to talk to somebody. No. This not just you having like a sinus infection and, you know, the regular sickness. She was like, it sounded like you going through something.
Yeah. Like
And going to the therapist was hard only because my therapist didn't look like me.
Okay.
My therapist wasn't even a woman.
Okay.
So it was more like trusting that someone who didn't come from my background would understand what I was going through.
Right.
And the willingness to be open. And that was the second time I'd ever been in therapy. And then the third time, I did have a black woman who was more familiar, you know, with like my background. We weren't the same, and it was easier to open up to them. But I do find that makes a difference.
Right.
Huh. Well, I'm surprised because both of you said that it was suggested, and a lot of the time when people have it like suggested to them, that's when they usually push back even more and be like, well, you trying to tell me I'm crazy, so now I don't want to go.
Yeah, but I already know I'm crazy, baby. So
I know it too.
Once you accept it.
Like, that's the thing about it. Some days that's the other thing people have to understand. There's levels to it. Because mine, it was never suicidal. It was just felt down and out, feelings of failure. And see, the thing is
like despair.
Right.
Like the hopelessness of it all.
And so my thing is, based on what people see on social media, people assume that I'm living a life because I'm always around celebrities. You know, I'm always doing these photo shoots. I'm always taking these pictures and stuff like that. So, of course, social media, my life looks great. But the reality part is, no, that's not the deal. But the one thing I will say that really helped me more than anybody, it wasn't really somebody suggesting it. I have a 12-year-old daughter. And it's like, I have to, with us both having it, I'm like, okay, somebody got to be the strong one. Like, I'm the father. So it's like, I have to do this for her. And so what I started doing was doing research, how to overcome depression. What I learned is you pretty much have to change your lifestyle. So it's like everything from your eating habits. You have to work out, all your intake. Like right now, I should not be having this. Too much sugar intake.
Is that tasty cake?
Yes, it is.
Yes, you should.
You know how I know you from Philly. I see how you from Philly.
Tasty cake always make a Philadelphian feel better.
Right. So this is what I will say. My biggest problem is like coffee. I love the taste of coffee and stuff, but of course we always extra cream, extra sugar, whatever.
Yeah.
Too much. Too much sugar intake.
Nobody saw Luke Cage.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I apologize. I made it nasty. I own it.
First of all, Luke Cage made it nasty.
Yeah, he did.
I was actually thinking about Pam Grier.
Oh yes.
All right,
yeah. Well, that's.
Oh my God!
I apologize because this is serious. I'm serious.
So, so a lot of people don't realize your mental health is usually a combination of factors that culminate into this bad feeling. But like it doesn't just start with you feeling bad. Like one thing that I had to realize about myself, clutter makes me feel overwhelmed and helpless.
Exactly.
So cleaning my room makes me feel better. Right. The problem is overcoming the bad feeling to get up and clean, to feel motivated to clean.
And also you get tired quick too.
Oh yes.
So it's like even if you're motivated to try to clean, like depending on how you're feeling throughout the day, you can feel tiredness and stuff because people with depression and stuff, they tend to get tired a whole lot.
Yeah, it's like I tell people, I'm like, listen, my social battery runs out kind of quick, so I'll be fine for a minute, and then shut up. It don't help when you wearing on my damn nerves.
Yeah, see, look at you.
Look,
what's your therapist number?
Look, shook as hell now. It don't help when you get on my damn nerves.
Listen,
anyway.
Y'all drive me crazy. I'm okay. I'm still sane.
Are you?
Are you?
No.
First of all.
No.
First
he fell off that line.
Yeah, I fell off, dude.
First, second, and third of all. Please
No, but I feel you because for me it was the exact opposite. I had a semicolon tattooed on my wrist. 4 friends of mine that I've lost to suicide and for my own personal bout with it. So I think it's the plight of the creative. I genuinely think that, everybody suffers from it, but creatives are even more so immersed in it. And Jay, you could speak to that because especially as an artist and just running a con.
Yeah, I mean, from different aspects. I actually have been diagnosed. I have like severe depression. There was years where I was suicidal. Like there's a lot of stress that comes with all this stuff. Doing creating these things and then when you create these things, you go online and then you see sometimes the negativity, and that will social media will. I'll tell you right now, like if it wasn't for the fact that like I do so much stuff from home, right? That's and having to go out and network or do like an appearance or like cover like the movies and all that stuff. That's what gets me out of bed. Like real talk, I barely get. I work from bed. I work from my bed 90% of the time because I don't have it in me to even get up out of the bed. So like even when I'm on social media, when I'm working on
lethargy.
When I'm working on projects, when I'm working on like the games and all that stuff, I literally put all the computer stuff like on the bed.
Cause just getting to the desk is hard.
Cause getting, and I have a nice setup. I have a dope setup, like whole office, like with giant life-size Spider-Man, all my figures. I have my VT Heroes helmets.
The things that make you happy.
All these things surrounding me, all my award, everything that I hope would motivate me, but my body, my mind won't even let me go into the room. And the only way I force myself into the room is to do videos. Like that's the only way. Like I have to come up with a reason that like it's not dependent on me. It's like I have to do this for these people or these fans or whatever it is.
Oh, I understand.
Oh, yeah, now y'all making me question my life. I'm sitting here being like, well, I got a couple of things to where I'm trying to like force myself to do it, and then I'm just like, you know what, no. And I keep looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and it still hasn't happened. And I'm just like, am I just being lazy? Because you've always been told that in life when you don't do something that everybody expects you to do. You're being lazy.
Depression for being
but
lazy.
then I'm like, well, but still, like, but what's the explanation for why I can't seem to get it done, even though I know I gotta do it? So.
And I think, Kurt, me and you had this conversation a while ago about how, like, even though I've never been, like, actually diagnosed with it, it was like I still battle with those, and the only person that I've really been able to tell is my brother. And I actually recently just opened up to my mom about it. It was like on my birthday, I was telling her how my birthday is the one day a year where my depression takes a back seat, because it's like I'm so flooded with that, like it's a overwhelming sense of love and like appreciation that I don't feel like I'm worthy of.
Oh, don't get me. Come on now. We ain't got no tissues up in here. Because don't get me to talk. No,
but like, right, that's it. There you go.
That man, she gave him to me.
Like that sense of lethargy comes in where even though like I buy video games, I like read manga and comics and everything, and I have it like within reach of my bed, and I just don't feel like doing it. Like I'll log into my PlayStation and I'll pick the game that I want to play. I'm like, I don't even want to do this. And I end up just spending like hours on Netflix. So people invite me to stuff, and I'm just like, I can't even do it.
We live in an era. See, and I was about to say, because in the social media era, it's a double-edged sword. Number one, either the things that you see on social media give you this false illusion that everybody's leading a better life than you, and you're not doing enough.
Right.
Or you have built a persona up that you know is false, and even though everybody's like, oh, you're doing so great, and this, that, and the third, you get all this praise, but you know what the reality is.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you still don't feel adequate. Depression has a large portion to do with feelings of inadequacy.
I was about to say, it's kind of like a little different for me, because like for social media, like especially like
wait a minute, are we all depressed?
Like, we might be.
Right. Bitch, I might be.
This society right now can make everybody depressed.
I wouldn't say I get bouts of sadness, but I'm typically a optimistic, upbeat person. So I'm a pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of guy.
Don't get me started.
That doesn't mean that you're not depressed.
So
right.
I haven't been re-diagnosed in a couple of years, and I probably should go back as soon as I get some goddamn health insurance. But I wasn't diagnosed as depressed. I was diagnosed as borderline personality disorder, not otherwise specified. So
I'm not even going to make a joke on that.
Yes.
Because that's serious. No, and I say that because, you know, usually I would follow it up with a joke. But that's real, and I appreciate you sharing that because that's major to say.
Yeah. So it's like I get bouts of like sadness, I get bouts of like mania, I have like some anxiety that like comes in and stuff like that. So it's a little worse after I had my son because mine is also related to my hormones, which is part of the reason I decided to get an IUD for birth control, because my birth control helps stabilize my mood and it helps me control like my emotions so that I can regulate myself.
Well, real quick, I just wanted to give this comment from Angelo. Angela, this is my first time seeing you in the chat. I'm not sure if this is your first time watching, but depression, I believe it shouldn't be a diagnosis unless there's serious issues, because everyone has it from time to time. And thanks to social media, our world is hurt all the time.
So that's why I said, like, I'm not diagnosed as being depressed. I have depressive episodes because of my personality disorder.
And Andre Stanley, that's my man from down here at the, well, it's not even a Berean anymore. But either way, Andre, you know who you be. He says therapy will help people in ways they never would expect.
It's true.
Yeah.
I have a therapist. I used to see my therapist, and you know, sometimes it helped me break down certain walls and barriers, because like my biggest issue was like, you know, on any shows or my, you know, any of the appearances, I'm the wild and crazy, like happy guy.
Yeah, and they expect you to be like that.
And then when I go anywhere, people expect me to be ready to drop some funny lines or be this, and like sometimes, I mean, I know how to you know, fake it, you know, because I've had to code switch so many times in my life that I know how to turn everything on. Like,
for those not of color, code switching is where a black person it's where a black person is able to assimilate himself in a white predominantly dominated area and speak in a way that does not scare them.
And then go back to being niggerish.
Yeah, she's like,
Answer the phone.
Gotta switch it.
Answer the phone with one of my homies. What's up, nigga? Answer the phone while I'm work. Hello, how you doing? My name is Curtis Brown. How can I help you?
But I mean, with work, you can also say that's being professional.
Yeah.
But
No, nigga. If you had my company, what's up? What y'all want?
Right, but why? Never mind. That's going to go into a whole nother topic. No, because I was about to say, why does it have to be that just so happened the way that they speak has to be considered as professional, but the way that we speak,
I'm not gonna go into it, but
I'm gonna leave it in.
She said, I'm gonna drop that bomb for y'all.
Yeah, just think about that for a little while when you get some spare time. Yeah.
Right.
Yo, I can't believe how the time is getting away from us. Jay, you go ahead, finish up your thought, and then I'm gonna send them back to Reed.
Yeah, no, it's just a thing that like when you brought up creatives, like people don't realize like I'll be happy and all that stuff for the cameras, for all that stuff. And when I get home, like unfortunately, I'm not screaming match or anything with Janae, but I'm like downtrodden. Like I'm the opposite of everything, because like that's the only time I get to like be how I feel, you know, be myself.
Yo, if you're a creative in the chat, and you deal with bouts of depression, I want you to hit that love button and send everybody in the chat love who might be dealing with it right now. Dang, everybody got on their phones up here. Hit that heart button, and then I want to see them hearts flowing. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, it's just the more you create, the more you're putting yourself out there. And then if you have any issues like that, like if you are suffer from any level of depression or have bouts of sadness, those things can spiral out of control. And like one of the things I learned for myself was just like, and I learned this from a couple of the industry guys. They were like, never Google yourself when you're sad, because that will ruin your whole everything. Because you'll find beautiful things. I found some beautiful stuff that made me cry, where I found YouTube videos. I didn't even know people were making videos about me, like saying how much they love me. I was like, word? And I was sitting there crying in the middle of the night. And like,
But then there's also, you go on stuff like Reddit and people are like, yo, I hate everything that J1 represents.
That nigga wild. His nose is wide. Oh.
Or you see like he black, what do you know about anime? I'm so tired of seeing that.
Well, yeah, well, that's being a black cosplayer, being
black and
nerd.
so-called white.
Yeah, black
spaces.
anything these days in entertainment is like,
Yeah.
if you ain't shucking and jiving, they don't want you.
Even if you are shucking and jiving, apparently
You're not doing it right.
Yo,
you ain't shucking hard enough. You jiving, but you ain't
shuck.
shucking.
Get that shuck up. Your job is good, but that shuck
is
needs
real
work.
low, bro. That shuck is real low.
I always give the example of I did my first independent comedy show. I was the closer, and I was dumb nervous. And at the end of my 15-minute set, I got a standing ovation, and I'll never forget going back home, all the excitement and whatnot. I was sitting at the bar, and I was drinking with my friends, and a couple of my homies is in the chat right now. They can attest to it. I sat there, and I just broke down and cried for no apparent reason. I had this overwhelming feeling. Because people don't understand, whenever you're at that high levels of euphoria, or even that adrenaline pumping, when you come down off of that, it's like crashing.
It's a hard crash.
It's a hard crash. So like whenever you're doing a dope photo shoot and you finally, and it all comes together, you're doing a convention, you come together, whether it's a cosplay or if you're twerking and having your routine. I'm not, and I wasn't saying it's a joke. But that's
No.
I don't always be a trash bag.
No, because you say that I did my very you say that I did my very first competition this year. I got off stage and I started crying, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I think I'm happy," but I was like bawling.
Yo, shout out to Phil Trotter. He said you got a Millie shuck.
We don't shuck him out.
Yo, let me tell you,
ain't no shucking over here.
This year alone was a emotional J1 God for me. I personally cried about like 3 or 4 times.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I don't even mean to cut you off. Hey Terrell, that's a bold statement, and I appreciate that. He said Jason Richardson has saved my life 5 years ago.
I think that's when he went to the first J1.
I met him one time.
Before we get into that story,
Before
we get into that story, because we're running out of time. So what I want you to do is I want you to send us a DM with that message, and then I want to bring you on the show and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think that'd be a dope way to kind of to really. Because that's not a short conversation by any stretch of the imagination.
No, we don't want to cut this.
But I just want to throw it back, and if you can, just kind of, what's one of the reasons why this was important to you to talk about today?
Well, because actually I've been, other than the music side of things, other than the music side of things, it's like I said, at one point I literally put the camera down. And then I think probably after a week or so, like people was hitting me up for photo shoots, events, and stuff like that, and I wasn't responding at all. And then one morning I woke up, I was like, no, I got to get back at this. Actually, photography helped me in so many ways, because it's like once I pick up that camera, it's like that's my own little world right there. And anything that's bothering me is just out of my head, and I'm focused on whatever I'm working on and stuff. So it saved me in a lot of ways. But I don't know if you saw the YouTube video, Kevin Love did a 45-minute interview and stuff talking about he was depressed. I watched the whole thing. Everything he was talking about, being in a room dark by himself and stuff, the failure, it was talking about it, everything. But my thing is, people really need to take this stuff serious. I've seen stuff on social media saying people with depression just want attention and stuff, or they just want to whine and stuff. And it's like it's levels to this stuff. Once people start taking their lives and stuff, and I'm like, these are people like Robin Williams, of course, like all these people that we see, they seem so happy,
right?
You know what I mean? And they're taking their lives and stuff, but it's not just the famous people. It's a lot of people out here, right? So I mean, my thing is the crazy part about it. Even though I was going through my deep depression, I found myself, I would see people post stuff. I've literally drove to people who I knew on Facebook only, not really in person, and drove to their spot because they was talking about committing suicide. And I was like, nah, you can't do this. Like, you have a purpose and stuff. So I was helping people in the process of going through my own. But this stuff is real out here. And it's like not just pertaining to, kids and stuff, but this is everybody and stuff. People are going through it. And I feel society really messed it up as far as this depression is concerned and stuff, because coming up, they say men aren't supposed to show emotion like crying and stuff, or you're supposed to be, when you do that, you're weak. You're not even a real man and stuff like that. So when you're going through this, at a certain extent, you're feeling like, dang, I'm not even a real man at one point and stuff like that, because you're having all these breakdowns. You feel like failure. You want to cry. You want to do this, that, and other. But no, in the end, it's really all just part of being human, period. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's people that's quick to say, okay, if you have these emotions, you weak, you soft, this, that, and the other. People have to look past that and stop listening to society's way of life and stuff. Well, I mean, it's guys out here, we might have we have a soft side just like women do as well and stuff like that. Everybody has a soft side and a hard side, or whatever the case may be, but it's all part of life. And my thing is, I want to push this topic as much as possible and stuff. Like, to be honest, I feel like I use my photography as a platform, but I want to push it more for a bigger purpose and a bigger picture to help people. Because it's like I said, like, you know, me and Kurt, like, ever since City Year and stuff, my whole purpose, like, through all my jobs that I work and stuff, all of them pertain to helping people. You know, I look at, even through photography, I've supported so many people through photography. You know, come out to their events, whatever it was, through photography, helping people left and right and stuff. Community service, always doing stuff like that. You know, I've been in the medical field for about 15 years.
For anybody that's trying to at least follow up with you and talk more in depth about this subject, where can they find you?
Facebook is, my name is Rajan E. Wilson. Rajan is REJEAN. On Instagram is RW Photography 78. Twitter, I believe it's I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not a Twitter person.
RJW.
It's RW Photography.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that
on
in the
Instagram.
chat, and if anybody wants to follow up or talk more in depth and kind of, you know, make that connection, because, you know, here at the Head Nerds in Charge, you know, we have fun, and we definitely have fun, but we do not shy away from hard topics or real topics or serious topics. And mental health, especially within the black community, is number one, underrepresented, overlooked predominantly. But here's an opportunity. We have a group of people of color talking about not only exercising our own personal demons, but also supporting you in your fight and battle with your own. So much love to you, bro, and definitely coming through to the show and dropping knowledge and helping to help. You know, you always been a giving dude, and I think that's super dope what you're trying to do, and any way that we can support it, you know, we with it. Tef is, bet she right. Oh, she already Johnny on the spot. You gotta love her. I be trying to grind her up, but
I
then
was
she be
about
good
to
with
start trying, but I was like, nah, Tough got that. She already.
that is literally what me and Sass do all the time. We were like, we should do stuff. Nah, Tef got it.
Yeah, I really need to stop doing it.
That's all right. It's all right. Tef does better anyway than I can. So,
yeah, more organized for sure.
For sure.
If I did it,
that's
you'd
she
be
gets
like,
the press with
but
Carter.
you
That's
didn't even put the time up there. I'm going to be like, well, you know where it's at, so.
Well, listen up, y'all. It's about to get real crazy because we got the STEREOTITANS coming up right after this. But here's a word from Jason Richardson and J1 Khan.
Oh, Jesus.
You said you wanted to say something.
Oh, yeah. They said that this doesn't...
Can't hear it as well?
Yeah.
So come on, step to the mic. That's all right. Y'all ain't got to go nowhere. He come in and put his elbow on you.
He can't use our mic.
He's in my ear.
Oh, he's in his airspace?
Yeah, he was in her airspace.
Can I just say we're only up to 64 shares, so.
Yo, we need to get to 75 shares.
I want to see no cheeks today.
Listen, we trying to see these cheeks clap. I need y'all to go ahead on.
Oh, jeez, you didn't say it like that. You said clap.
If you want to come out of depression, you need to see some cheeks clapping.
That's what you think is going.
What? That cheeks clapping has always had man
If it's
come
not
out
mine,
of
it's gotta be somebody else's.
Yo, you ain't never. Look, let's all come together like butt cheeks and make it happen.
I can't clap my cheeks.
Jay,
You can't clap your cheeks?
Yeah, me neither. Like, that's not
well,
a
we'll
thing.
get, all right, if I get 80 shares, we're gonna have Tef teach everybody how to make their cheeks clap.
Now I don't want to hear it. That's gonna be be embarrassing.
Yes.
I'm gonna look stupid. Look like Tina from off of Bob's Burgers.
That's all right. That was actually pretty good. That was actually
It was
serviceable.
too good.
There.
Yeah, it always is. I seen you at the parties at J1. You the whole time in the corner somewhere twerking. I'm like, really? In
That's
the
that
panels.
Caribbean blood. That rhythm. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
I know how to move. Yo, don't even look at me like
sound
that.
like
Don't
a
even
dad.
look at me like
You
that.
sound like a dad talking about
Come on, talk about
All
it.
right, no. I just wanted to talk about because I gotta get ready to head out. But I just was blown away by the reaction of everyone from J1 Con this year. It was crazy. Like at the like people were coming up to me like crying and hugging me, like thanking me for making the con, and I was like, what? Like I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
like
I
me.
really just didn't know.
That's always my response when people pop up and had pictures of me and stuff, and I'm like, what? You cared? Thank you. I appreciate you caring, but I didn't know you cared.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like I was like blown away, and like even I had a thing at the end, like a feedback panel, and some of the vendors were there, and one of the vendors like started crying. She like thanked me for like giving her a space to like almost. She was like, it gave her the courage to like vend, and now she makes a living off of the stuff that she vends. A lot of the cosplayers were thanking me. They were like, this was the first con I ever cosplayed at because you encouraged me to cosplay. Like, because they didn't feel like they were good enough to be like, like to go into regular con circuit. And I was like, no, do you. Be yourself. And like,
support.
And I just didn't know. I didn't know how many people were affected by it. And like, that's why I was saying this year was a very emotional con. And like, yeah, you were there for the office. Like, we had a dinner, like, where I took, the staff out. And I couldn't even help it. And I just started crying because I was like, it was just a lot going on. And I was like, kind of overwhelmed, And it was just wow to see, like, how much love. Seeing all those, for the Blackfinity Gauntlet, seeing all those people of color, like, working together and, like, talking about podcasting and YouTubing and all this other stuff, like seeing all these different groups collectively working together, seeing all the cosplayers know each other and like high-fiving and hugging each other, and like it was just like a big family get-together. And it was just nice,
And we can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, 'cause I'm working on two as we speak.
And I'm gonna remind myself next year, I want no parts of any rooms with y'all. I don't want to participate.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all be
Your
doing.
room has to be on another floor. It can't be anywhere
We
near.
only did Bible study.
Yeah, whatever.
Rooming with me wasn't so bad.
Yes, I was perfectly fine being over at your room every time I got collected. That's when I had them.
I don't know what you're talking about,
Oh,
Sassy.
yeah, okay.
You never came to my room, and nothing happened, and...
That does sound strange, doesn't it?
Please.
Whatever. I forget that you're a dude, and every time somebody, that's another thing that needs to change. Every time you say anything, anything that's male related, I forgot y'all on thin ice from the jump. My bad. Let me clarify that. I was in no real harm or danger.
Yeah, with your succubus horns.
I was just being funny.
In the room. No, you were not. Oh, no, the hell you weren't.
Oh, God, I can't even make it funny no more because of how society is. I hate society.
I love you, Sarah.
Garbage.
Jonathan said Kurt had the boom boom room. You ain't never heard of the boom boom room? Man, that boom boom room. Go ahead.
No. I'm just looking at people commenting about the con and all that stuff. And it was true. There were so many different things. Like, one of the things that got me emotional was seeing Violet dressed as my mascot. Because
shout out to Violet.
That was so adorable.
And she had a little bike.
And she even did the bike that's on the shirt now. Like, I made this bike just for this shirt and just for the poster for this year. So they went out of their way
to make it happen.
And like, that was the reason why I even created the
Yes,
mascot.
Terrell, Bible study on Saturday. Don't ask questions.
Hassan was like, we should have let you pick the music on the road trip.
Yes, shotgun. Never mind. We're not getting into all that. Listen,
Don't
we
forget
about to
we
bring
had
up the
that engagement.
STEREOTITANs, but before we do, Jay, do you want to give some final love to your people? Because they all in there.
Congrats on Sean and Sarah for
God.
getting engaged, like the proposal at J1Con,
Dope.
like they met 3 years ago at J1Con,
white
and
love.
he decided to propose right there at the
Well, we
cosplay
say black
contest.
love. It's okay.
Why? No, and that's good because no kind is all the way official until somebody proposes. Because everybody always proposes at the con. Somebody along the way ends up doing it. It's usually at the masquerade that they decide to do it on the stage, but
Some of y'all need to get married to some deodorant, but aside from that,
and shout out to all the Spidey cosplayers that came together for the photo shoot with me and Mama Spider. Like that was dope with Lil Parker on the way.
No.
That was cute.
bless up, Sean. Yo, congratulations on your impending nuptials. Sean's a minister of some sort. I think he could do his own ceremony. So, Sean, if you could marry yourself, I think that'd be kind of dope.
That'd be dope.
Just get a mirror.
And do it at J1Con.
on camera.
I think the wedding should be at
J1 Jamaica.
Wait, that would actually.
Yeah, I'm already booking my tickets.
Yeah, like
I'm trying to go
working
dreadlocks
on. I'm
right
still
now.
working on all that
I've
stuff.
got 3 hairs. I'm working on it.
Yeah, get your passports together. J1Con Jamaica. We're looking at May 2020.
I ain't gonna have any money.
No, we're looking a little later in the day.
May 10th is Mother's Day. I'm trying to get away.
This Negro.
She gonna plan her Mother's Day vacation.
She trying to finesse her way. Listen, we got STEREOTITANS up next. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play something off of their titular album, Escape. We got Breakaway, which is hands down one of my favorite songs from these guys, and you're about to get blessed. Hopefully this thing plays properly because, Kurt's on the board. So God knows what's about to happen next. But
Facts on facts.
shut up, Tev. Why you eating chips? How you eating fiddles during the show? Anyway, this is Breakaway from the STEREOTITANS.
Right, if it works, it works.
Ah, son of a...
Tomorrow, citizens and demigods worldwide. Tis I, Oki.
Tis I, Hyperion.
Tis I, Hades.
Tis I, Saint Prometheus.
It is I, Lord Kronos.
A Philly's own comic book rock band,
Stereotype.
The norms in your life that you just found so dry. Break away, break from the chains that still bind you. If not, I will find you. Turn away, turn from the face you once owned that turned all to stone. Take away all misled souls, even wounded, young and old. Maybe you'll see.
No, that's his guy. He's supposed to take everything.
I take everything.
He's
I
a
rule
selfish son of a bitch.
the world.
I
That's what I do.
respect that.
All right, thank
So
you.
we got Lord Kronos in the building.
We have no sound.
Chronos 2020.
That's right.
Chronos
Yeah.
2020.
So if y'all don't know, I'm running for president 2020.
The original.
So not really president. It's called supreme leader. So like F all that other noise that y'all been hearing. I'm gonna rule the world again. So y'all just get ready for it. Chronos 2020.
Zeus kind of threw a monkey wrench in that the
Little
first
bit.
time around.
Little
Yeah,
bit.
you got, some father issues going on right now.
Don't we
you know
all?
what I mean?
We'll take care of it, man. We'll take care of
He'll
it.
handle that. Yeah, he's
Take
right
care.
little kid.
Blame the parents. Blame the parents. Right here. Right here.
So, front runner is a term that's used widely within the rock community.
Front runner.
Front runner, front man.
Front man.
Yes,
Front man.
front man.
Front man. I got
Front
you.
woman. The fronter.
The fronter.
Person. if
Got you.
wanna be
Lead
politically
vocalist.
correct.
I like lead vocalist.
Okay,
That's a good citation.
Show off.
What?
Show off.
Show off.
Damn.
Wow. Is
I know
there
one thing.
the
He-
tension
he rocked
here
the
right
party.
It
now?
always happens.
What is that about?
Because he wants to front. He always. That don't sound right. He wants to front. He always wants to front.
I don't front. That's what it is. Tell it like it is.
I mean,
He said
That's
you
me.
get nothing but the truth. That's why I'm voting
right.
for Kronos in 2020.
2020 Chronos, baby.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all.
What's up, y'all? Saint Prometheus, lead vocalist, and I would say the Titan of Fire.
you like light and fire, right?
Well, all types of fire stuff.
Fire.
Power.
Titan of Light is actually.
Don't be
Hyperion.
blushing over there, Tef. Get it together.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
Don't let his rock juju get you in trouble.
You
Bye.
We got to
Oh, he let the hair out. Oh, Lord.
put our hair together and whoop
The show done already got
whoop you with my hair.
Lord Kronos, I think I'm with you.
First of all,
Oh, Lord. No, don't try to put the it's like Superman trying to put the cape back in the suit after he done came up out of it. Nah, get out of
We don't
here.
need the headphone booth no more. You know what I mean?
Lord.
2019.
And we got one of the dopest DJs.
That's right. I'm Hades. Is this on?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Give me the love.
Hades.
Yeah, you should be on. If you're not, hey,
Lord.
listeners, if y'all came here and y'all let me know.
Lord.
Talk to me, Lord Hades.
Lord and Underworld, STEREOTITAN DJ.
And you don't just DJ. I mean, when I saw you live, you DJ differently.
Tell him.
This ain't no Funk Master Flex type of situation.
What you do, brother?
Straight
What
up
you do?
cyber industrial funk lord. You know what I'm saying?
And
We got my t-shirts now.
Wait a minute. Wait, say that 3 times fast. Cyber Industrial Funk Lord. That is, I didn't read about that title, but
Cyber Industrial Funk Lord.
oh, perfect. Everybody said they could hear Hades because I don't need that problem.
No.
Right?
Because he would be from the underworld.
Under. I'm about to say, just tell my grandmama I love her because that's exactly what she is.
What does she do?
Oh, bruh. She's a brown. That's all they need. And we all know where we going. Anyway.
Well, jeez.
Yeah, no, not there. The other way.
I said G's, not Jesus.
Oh, well, who's the other G's?
Like
Young Jeezy?
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
You know what? Like, I don't know. You be almost about to die so many times on this show.
Yeah.
And you almost like this close.
Hades, I'm going to see you sooner or later, baby.
Yeah, I'm about to send you to him.
That's why I'm trying to have goodwill because y'all be trying to kill me.
You know the thing about Hades, though, is that not only is he the Lord of the underworld, but he does decide whether you go down or if you go up above.
Oh, you got that kind of power?
That's how powerful this man is.
7-day Adventist. I said, all right, take your ass upstairs.
He's like, he don't drink. Get him out of here. He's a downer in this place.
Let me grab my cup.
And one of the dopest drummers.
Hey.
And I honestly, I have so many questions about how you can rock out with that headdress on.
Yes.
And I was like,
I was about to say, so I had a wig on at J1, and I was like, my peripheral is all messed up.
yeah.
You had on a whole, you had a whole dress on.
Yeah. Like he had the first of all, the head, is it heavy?
It's not.
All right. Because I was like, yo, if it's any weight to that makes his neck, he's just that much more dope.
Yeah, he's a strong man.
I like that stuff. You know,
It's a strong name.
Yeah, I got a strong neck.
Ladies, you heard it first.
I was just about to be like, ladies.
Saying yes all the time.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have Hyperion or Athena.
That's right.
Oracle.
Yeah,
I like to say.
Yeah, know to protect.
How many of y'all is it?
Hey, man, we the new Wu-Tang. I'm just saying. We the Wu-Tang or something.
What the shit?
We're
at 80 shit.
Where do you been?
I'm sorry, folks. I would like to just make the final announcement that thank you to our fans that show love. We are at 80 official shares. That means
we're the one that push the button, Tim. Tim, push the button. Push it.
We got cheeks clapping.
Push the button.
I said I brought dollars. Where's my dollars?
So wait, pause, because now that means I also have to show you how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't get your head down. You walk amongst the Titans and the King tonight, baby.
That wasn't part of the agreement originally.
You a whole succubus. This should be right up your alley. The mermaid, the succubus, the little superhero.
I have a job.
You won't tomorrow.
Yeah, I won't.
Well, listen, Tef, I have committed you to twerking. I did not stipulate that they had to, but you will be. You will, before the end of, listen, we will make room on this floor.
It's got to go down.
We're fading out. We have to entertain the Titans.
It has to be on the floor. Why not on the table? I had moved the ball.
Yo, actually, that's actually.
Table twerk. Hashtag in front, please.
You know what? I'm going to find out how to zoom out so we can get all them cheeks on camera.
Hashtag table twerk.
Yeah,
Hashtag table twerk.
because she got them tasty cake honey buns. You got to get all of that in there. We got to make sure that we
They
get a ripple
really
and
go.
everything.
Yo, they are losing it. They are losing it.
Table twerk.
Yes, hold on. Tef, Triple T, hashtag Triple T, Tef Table Twerk, and we're going to make it happen before the end of the show.
Table twerk for the Titans. Quadruple T.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Twerk for
Tef,
Titans.
Table Twerk,
Twerk for Titans.
the Titans.
Oh my God.
Triple TFT. Oh.
My list won't allow for me to say all of that.
Poor baby. That's how you spit on somebody. It's okay.
That's a lot of T.
They are really wild in the
I'll
chat.
give y'all
They are
one
so
better.
loud with this.
If y'all go to the STEREOTITANS Kickstarter.
Uh-oh.
If y'all go to the STEREOTITANS
Indiegogo.
Kickstarter.
Indiegogo.
Is it Indiegogo?
Yeah, Indiegogo.
All right. You know, no, matter of fact, give them the link because what I'm about to do, I want to make sure that they can follow up. So tell them the exact place they need to go.
So, if y'all are willing to contribute to our crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo, please visit igg.me/@/StereoTitans, or you can go to our website, StereoTitans.com. All the links is there. All our socials is there. Hit us up on the gram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, man. The twatter.
If and Headers in Charge is going to double down.
Double down.
If y'all donate,
IGG.
if y'all donate at a minimum, and I need y'all to come together because genuinely there are certain creatives that I have no earthly idea why they're not already on the moon. And that's okay. We're gonna get into that a little bit.
It happens, man.
But wait, because real rap, and I'm one of these things that we talk about on this show is we're brutally honest. Like, we don't care who you are. If we feeling you, we feeling you. If we're not, we'll talk about it. Bro, you stick around, you willing to talk about it, we'll talk about it.
Nice try, y'all.
I listen to your album, and I don't listen to everybody's album.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
Word.
I was impressed.
Thank you.
I mean, start to finish, I was impressed. Now, I'm a Guar fan.
Okay.
So it was right up my alley. So I was already vibing off of it.
So now you know exactly what we're trying to say.
So I'm imploring everybody in the chat, reshare, send it to all the blur groups, send it to all the musical groups, send it everywhere, broadcasters, give it to Signal Boost. What we want to do is, I want to see at least $500 in their coffers by the end of this week.
Please.
If you put $500 at the end of this week, not only will we'll do a full-on Headers in Charge twerk video.
Oh!
I'm talking about the entire Headers in Charge. There's about 15 of us, and I'm already committing the cosplayers and the staff, everybody. Tef is going to lead us.
Is it an instructional video?
Listen, let me tell you something. And if
Can we
you
get a twerk instructional?
I almost.
I mean, I can show you how to clap your butt cheeks.
Lord Kronos does not need these skills.
It'll be a thunder
I can do
clap.
that
But
perfectly all right on my own.
Taryn all the way from Baltimore said, "Can I twerk too, honey? You can twerk whenever you feel good and well.
It's encouraged.
As a matter of fact, Lord Kronos said it is encouraged.
It's encouraged.
So,
matter of fact, Saint Prometheus says because of the Titan of Fires here, it has to be like hot sauce involved. It's got to be twerking with hot sauce.
why are we up to 84 shares?
Because they want to know about the
Every time somebody says twerk and shit, they share it. Every time a word twerk, it says.
Here we go. Tef will lead the entire group in a twerk off, and I will take hot sauce shots.
Oh my god!
I will take.
But y'all got it.
Yo, wait, we doing it together?
$500.
I'm participating.
And listen, the $500 gets you the twerk video, but for every 100 that you add to it, we'll do a hot sauce shot.
Yes.
Fine.
Oh my god!
I like a challenge. Come on.
Yo, hold down. All right, look, listen. You better be funding every STEREOTITANS album from here to the end of time for Ghost Peppers.
Exactly.
I want to still have a butthole at the end of this.
I feel you.
Look, Lord Kronos cannot gift me with one of those.
We talking about Frank's Red Hots. We talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Louisiana
Thank
Hots.
you.
You gotta
Some
get that,
Carolina Red.
Crystal, man.
That sound dangerous.
Listen, he tried to kill
We
us.
talking about like that Chinese store, Yi-Pin.
The Yi-Pin hot sauce.
Yi-Pin bag.
Don trying to kill you. He said we gonna bring my hot sauce.
No.
Oh yeah, no. It was people
'Cause he's
who
Latinx.
eat hot
He,
stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, because he
Don
can't
tryna-
bring anything. There's people who was at the con. What was that? When we went to Gamers Heaven and he had that hot sauce, and people who eat hot stuff had the hot sauce and was like, no.
No.
Like, why did I eat this?
All right, so I really liked y'all until I made that pledge, and now that I have to
That
commit
just shows
to
you
it.
like us even more. You're gonna take
So
some hot
y'all
sauce
taking
shots,
shots
man.
of Don hot sauce?
Listen,
I will do that with you.
don't disappoint me, y'all. I'm dead serious because we always talk about support, and you know, on the show we've had multiple comic book creatives come through. We have never had a musical group of this caliber.
First time for everyone.
Y'all,
Thank you, bro.
and I've seen you live twice, and now I've had the opportunity to actually listen to your music all the way through. I even enjoyed your covers of the epic songs.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Word. And like I said, if I wasn't vibing off of it, I wouldn't have went that far.
Yeah, I hear you.
And if you don't know, they are on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Put in STEREOTITANS. It's spelled differently. Don't be spelling it T-I.
With the Y.
T-Y.
T-Y. Please remember that. STEREOTITANS. You can listen to them streaming right now on iTunes if you have it. Spotify too?
Yes, we are on Spotify.
So when I googled you guys, you're on Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube,
We're
and
on everywhere.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry. It is a dope show so far. Well, listen, we got the party with the. I got the party with them. Ooh. We don't have any footage from that, nor
yeah,
we talk about.
We're gonna after.
We
got a little bit of footage.
With your crown on and
Listen, let me
got
tell
a
you
little
something.
bit of
I started to boot it up, but I was like, we'll stick
This
to the
is too
Indiegogo
risque.
campaign and all that.
That's exclusive content for the Head Nerds in Charge Patreon.
Listen,
There you go.
we might allow y'all to see it if I see the coffers fill up on their Indiegogo.
Also, hit our Head Nerds in Charge Patreon.
You were double dipping.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
While you
Hit
there,
that Patreon.
Hit that
for
Patreon.
cleavage photos, because I mean,
wait,
I
hold
take them, but I just don't put them
Same.
out there because I don't feel like people are deserving of those for free.
I'm sorry, repeat
That costs
Wait.
extra.
Say no. I just had somebody be like, "Oh, that would be really good for Patreon." All titties out. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, well."
I mean,
So wait,
it
we
can't
went from
have
clapping
it.
cheeks to it's
still in tease. It's still in tease.
Yeah.
Table twerking for Titans.
With the titties out.
Table twerking, titties.
Yo,
Matter of fact, if you can say that 3 times fast, I'll add 50.
I'm so done with you.
I'm really
Yeah.
done with you.
How did we get here?
We got here because Patreon Patreon and titties go hand in hand with each other.
And Indigo.
Right. Hand in hand, like corn.
And I don't have ass, I have titties. That's what I got. So I gotta advertise those.
I got titties too, but don't nobody want to see mine. Carlos, you don't even listen. It's just more of us to love.
Listen, man, it's cool.
If you gonna rule the world, you gotta be man enough.
Listen,
talk about it.
This type of weather.
It's our time, baby.
Keep you warm in the winter, girl.
Who made you say this our time?
You know what?
Y'all didn't see Kurt though. First of all,
these cool DJs and these drummers. It's Fat Boy Fall, baby. We had a hot girl summer. It's Fat Boy Fall. Y'all don't understand.
Oh, y'all
snuggle up and stay warm.
Because there ain't no fall. It's just fucking winter.
Yo, it went from warm.
It was like 65 degrees 2 days ago.
Yes.
Colder than a witch's titty nipple today.
Who in the Titans controls weather? Because y'all need to talk to them. I mean, you fired, but I need to know who's winning.
I mean, oceans and all that.
I'm looking. We looking at you.
Has something to do with it.
You got all of them.
Can we talk? Look.
Look, I love me some mythology.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just to reel it back because I actually
baby, buckle up.
I was about to say.
All winter.
Listen, I almost wanted to. I like that we could just riff and have fun, but I have some solid questions that I have to ask.
Of course.
As a established journalist, no, I'm bullshit. Stereotitans. What's your genesis? Where does it begin?
Many millennia ago.
I'm about to play the intro. So talk to me.
I mean, the actual band.
Yeah, I'm talking about how did it culminate into what you are today?
So, well, that's a very long and let me tell you, back when in my day, we were sitting out front of my house and no, I don't know.
Were y'all all friends? Were y'all all originally friends, or did y'all find each other along this journey?
We all pretty much found each other. Myself and Hyperion, we were in another band, a hip hop rock band called Grind City, and we were doing some pretty good things. And once that kind of came to its end, me and Gab, Hyperion, we wanted to keep it going. We wanted to keep it rolling, and there were a lot of things we weren't able to do in the other band. That we said, listen, we ain't getting no younger, man. You know, we said we wanted a comic book. We said we wanted to push on to costumes, and we wanted to really give the theatrics of the show. So guess what? What are we going to turn it into? And whatever we play, it's got to be big. It's got to be epic. So, I mean, all these names, that's the fun part, trying to find a name out and all that. We had one name called Storm and Ives. And I was like, what? But okay. Which ended up being the lyric in Lost and Found, because there's a storm of knives in my mind. But
we actually had a party. We had a party. Didn't we throw a party that sounded like our name?
Yeah, we had a party, and we were actually having the fans trying to throw names at us. You know what I mean? We heard Neo Titans,
Stealing Fire.
We didn't like the Neo thing because it was kind of neo-Nazi.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as you said Neo, I was like, no, can't do it. I understand. And I love it because when I was first talking about Stereotitans with a friend of mine, I was like, oh, they're this dope black band, and I was like, wait, not totally black.
Yeah.
But I said he has to be an ally because ain't nowhere in the world. That's what I was to say because you just become light skinned at that point. Chocolate rain. I'm mad at you for that. Yo, like Dave Chappelle said, if you see the one white dude with a bunch of black people, he got to be the toughest one in the group because he got them black dudes respect. So I thought it was super dope that not only do you represent something different, because your theatrical show, whose brainchild is that?
Everybody, man.
Yeah, that's a collective.
That's one of the coolest things about this band is everybody brings a lot of different things to the table, and we just constantly spit out ideas and kind of talk about stuff and collab on different ideas, and it's it just comes together so beautifully. Everybody just brings so much artistic integrity and humor, yeah, man. It's the whole nine, yo. It's
just still stuff we haven't even done yet. Kronos, remember, in mythology, he ate all his kids.
Yeah.
So calling him baby eater on stage when there's kids in the crowd and all that and families is kind of funny. So
It's hilarious.
And
I'm waiting for somebody to throw a stone at him and he has to eat the rock. Well, that's,
Yeah, you know.
that's Greek mythology. Hell yeah.
You gotta
Oh,
switch
we're
out.
geeks.
Switch out the rocks with the kids.
Kids, yo,
man. That's just
a
like
big candy rock. We'll talk about that. They threw candy dicks at me in another show.
don't throw real rocks. I got
We need to do that again.
Oh, yes.
That needs to be revived.
Yeah, back
Like next week, revived.
Hashtag EABD forever.
Yeah, we were supposed to get him a stuffed, the fuzzy one.
Yeah.
And like slap
Let's
him.
not. This is about them now. No, there's a,
You just like, where am I?
So there was this episode where a fan of the show sent us a candy box of penises. And for some reason I keep allowing myself to accept these dares. And I had
Shout out to Livy and Matt.
Yes.
I had to eat one. And I had to eat one. You know, securing my masculinity. It was
we
candy.
got the shares. We got the shares.
They definitely got the. Everything we do is based off shares. We get the shares. We get the people what they want.
That's fair.
And then, unbeknownst to me, Mark, my cousin, decided to pick up the entire box of candy dicks and pour them over my head. There's a video of. I don't know if that would be called a rainbow shower.
And then we were still finding them on the floor afterwards. My dad found one.
This is a place of business when we're not recording. So finding candy penises during a meeting.
Yeah, my dad still like he keeps bringing that up. Just like, please don't leave those because I like was finding them under my desk.
City councilman like, there's a dick over here.
And he's just like. Then they looking at him like what, and he looking at them like I have other people
And
coming
that's when
here
I get the
I'm
text. But for your live show, number one, for anybody familiar with Guar, super dope band, and one of the things that I loved most back in the day about Guar was not only the music but the theatrical presence. Dare I say, I think you could surpass, and I know that's a lofty thing to say. But I actually, for what you have done, what you're working with.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I'm talking about scaling.
DIY, man.
Honestly, I almost don't want to show y'all the video from J1Con because you need to come to their live shows.
Yes.
And we're just teasing you because you just performed live not too long ago.
Yes, we did. This past Friday. Yep.
And how did that go?
It was amazing. It was the video release of Bumblebee Weed, which is pretty much the song that inspired our beer, Bumblebee Wheat.
Yep.
And it was at the Underground in Lansdale, Round Guys Brewing Company that did beer and everything. It was crazy, man. I mean, we were moshing all crazy there.
I saw the footage.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, yes indeed. It was a blast. It was a blast.
Let's do it.
Kids in the crowd and everything. Yeah.
And that another caveat, y'all got multiple irons in the fire. Aside from being talented musicians who not only are intelligent enough to know how the nuances of Greek mythology, but also the theatrics of it. You have a beer?
Yes, sir.
Bro, you got it. Please illuminate us.
Would you? Yeah, we did a show at the Round Guys Brewery.
If you can, just put the mic right there.
We did a show at Round Guys Brewery about a year or so ago, and they really liked that song. And so they were like, yeah, we usually do collaborations with organizations every once in a while. We'll do a collaboration with you. He put the artwork together, we put the song on the label. They created a wheat beer, and they're like, we're sorry, we did a wheat beer. Everybody loves IPAs. But we did a wheat beer because, it made sense with the name of it. Yeah. And it became their number one seller at that brewery, and now they're like mass producing it and sending it all over the place. And we're just starting to do more stuff.
But do y'all get a cut of that?
It's
a good song as well.
It sneaks up on you, man. It's like 7% or something like that.
Bro.
It's a little weaker now, but it still sneaks up on you.
I had it at J1Con.
Oh, that's good.
Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you did.
It's a tasty beverage.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
Beers.
It was.
Bye.
We had a great time.
That's
Let me tell you something. And the hospitality of Hyperion, man, I tell you, you party with the Titans.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Who?
Don said it's
No, it's just because you got to pull it up. That's okay. We'll work it out. But aside from that,
So just like this weekend, man, we did a video release party at Glenside Ale House, which is another right. And so they took the beer and they made it into a wing sauce.
Huh.
Wait, now y'all got a wing sauce?
Got chicken wing sauce, baby.
It's the best wing I've ever had. Best wing. It's like hot and spicy with sweetness and double cooked. It was the best.
Oh, we got now. So wait a minute. Where's this brewery at?
There's up in Lansdale is the main house, and then they have like a satellite campus up in Glenside. So
Glenside
Round
Campus.
Guys Brewery is out in Lansdale, and they got a venue called the Underground out there. This is what we play every once in a while. And then more locally, closer here in Glenside, it's called the Glenside Ale House. It's like near Arcadia University.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we got a couple comments. We got a couple comments in the chat. Number one, they think you're hilarious, all you guys. Steve said they're a band from long, long time ago in a galaxy called Philly, far, far away. No, don't send Kurt a bad dragon dildo. Who?
That was Steve Jordan.
Steve, please, no more phallic-shaped gifts.
That's
to the
why
show.
I said only candy dicks, please.
and Damon said he could feel great vibes up in the building. There's definitely great vibes while we're sitting up in there.
And I just also put in, how do we get the titty talk?
You know what? Yeah, right.
Oh, that's the other T. Now we're at 5 T's. Tab, twerking, table, Titans, titties, talk.
Because I have them.
How many T's is that?
Too many.
It's too many T's?
Too many.
As long as you make them cheeks clap by the end of this show, it'll be all be worth it.
I don't have
I can
cheeks.
tell you that
I
right
have
now.
titties. That's what I have.
So,
We gotta make it somewhere.
wait, did you just give me like a side by side?
Listen,
Are you trying to make those clap?
No, I'm just letting people know who might not see it because of vertically how the camera like.
Sassy also. Sassy says she don't.
I dress in layers intentionally because I don't want people.
all
to
I'm
just
saying
sit there
is
and
half-
I
pay
still have the
attention
picture
to
of
that
you,
the
though.
whole time. But
Wow.
No.
are you really about to go try to pull the picture up? I hope you can't find it. And Kim, don't help him this time.
No. Oh, Lord. It's in here.
Dev not here to hold his hands through it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
See top curve.
Ha!
What you found it?
Uh-oh, what's happening?
Hey, while we
That's
pull
not
up
even
this
a good
picture.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
know.
even a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not the good one. It's not.
Not
the
for
good picture.
those.
I'm gonna let you be great. today.
Hashtag little booties matter.
Oh, dang. Well, I have you know that most of the niggas who see my booty be like, oh, I thought it was going to be less than that because you had titties, and they be surprised. So,
Well,
So you have a comic book.
Yeah,
Bro.
transition.
By the way, I'm happy for you.
thank you. I'm happy for me, too.
All right, just as long as
And
you,
for those Negroes.
as long as you went in these streets.
Don't worry.
For the streets.
Y'all have.
We have a comic
I am trying to do this interview.
If somebody's going to shame me, I'm going to shame myself.
He said, "Get on the table and
First of all,
twerk."
I'm about to go out
Get
there and
on the
drag
table,
this nigga.
goddammit.
Oh,
I'm about to go out there and drag this.
That's what they saying that. They like, get on the table. Ain't nobody got time for that.
listen, y'all. I told y'all had to go and donate, and I ain't seen no confirmations of no money into nobody's account.
Also, hit our Patreon.
We helping them right now.
All right, awesome.
We can help each other.
Yeah, it's double love. Yeah,
Hit they Patreon.
It's
hit our
double
IGG,
stuff. Yeah.
You know.
Look, y'all, hit somebody, Jack, because look, it's hard out here, because y'all got dreams. Here, look, hit somebody.
It's hard out here for
Y'all got
them.
a comic book that you're coming out with as well. And I've seen some of the art, and I have the art, but tell me about it before I make my poor attempt to pull it up.
So yeah, we got working in collaboration with an artist from Philly who's named James Comey. Not to be confused with the old Attorney General, FBI agent guy who used to work in Washington. He's a local artist from Philly.
Definitely was like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
no.
I was like, no follow-up questions on that one.
He goes by Jimmy, as to not make it any more confusing.
Got you.
But he's he's the evil genius behind our comic book. His artwork is impeccable. The guy is crazy funny. His artwork is awesome. did character studies of everybody in the band and like nailed everybody's character to a T. You know, it kind of tells the story of the Titans. The first issue that we have out is basically just like the interaction of us after we escape from Tartarus, and our attempt to go get some ice cream, and hilarity ensues, and fights happen, and things of that nature. I kill people.
I see that in my head visually right now. That sounds like it makes sense.
Sash, you with it?
Yeah, I'm with it. I would read that.
Yeah, that's how it worked. And then,
my bad, brother.
And then the second issue is actually the origin story of Bumblebee Wheat Ale and how that came to be. So, you know, check them out. You can get them online too.
So is this Bumblebee like Ambrosia?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of the nectar of the gods type
like
of
the
vibe?
nectar of the gods. Like the bumblebees like pollinate this weed that we inhale, and it gives people certain powers, unlocks their demigod abilities.
I love it.
And you know, the start of Bumblebee, so when I was living in Logan at around like 9th and Rockland, my neighbor...
That's old stomping grounds. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir. So my neighbor pretty much was like flicking seeds in their backyard while they were smoking, and when they went off to college, they completely forgot about the stalk that was growing or whatever. So me and my homie Barrel was like, yo, they completely forgot about that shit. I guess they know about it now.
It's like you just told me.
Yeah, but I mean, it was getting cold outside. I was like, dang, you gotta protect the green, man. They don't know. They don't know. So we went over there and we actually, you know, took the stalk and hung it upside down, cultivated it all nice, whatever. And there was a bunch of bees around the summertime that kept like going around it. Yes, indeed. And you know, we also it just had this big hit to it, so it was like it's big, like it need to have a big woman name like Bertha. So,
that is a big woman name.
You know,
That's grandma's name.
Let's
is she
big?
woman? Oh,
Well, that was disappointing. Well, Gertrude is another one.
Yeah.
Gertrude, Bertha, Margaret,
Bessie.
Bessie.
Yeah. So originally the B of Bumblebee was Bertha.
I love it. Interviews never go the way that you expect it, and it's in the most awesome way possible.
Geraldine.
Who said Geraldine? Yeah, Geraldine is definitely Big Mama. See, and the way you equate it is she gotta have her arm meat fold over her elbow.
I knew you was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, you gotta have it. You gotta have.
That's how you know she can cook too.
Yeah. See, Kronos, this is you. We
First of all, I feel some kind of way because my arm.
that means you can eat.
But I can cook.
Can you cook?
I can.
Of course you can. I call it the gunkum. It's the gunkum.
The gunkum?
Yeah, it's a gunkum.
All right.
It's that little meat that hangs.
That sounds nasty. It sounds like phlegm.
No,
Stop using that word.
It tastes
Yeah,
like
that
gravy,
sounds
trust
like
me.
some kind of phlegm.
I done had many a
like
plus
gravy.
size woman that tastes like gravy. Shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want to know nothing about it.
But see, those are Thanksgiving family dinner reunion certified cooks.
Yes.
They can bring all the potato salads.
Yeah.
They can bring all the
and
fried
cheese.
chicken. Yeah. Because
Sweet potato pie,
it,
mac and cheese. You know it's that time of year, man.
how are we doing this to each other now, right? Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. 2 more weeks, man.
Seriously, 2 more weeks. I gotta figure out whose house I'ma crash at because, like, ever since my mom got houses, cause she got gastric bypass, so she doesn't do any.
You just gonna
she
put your
can't
mama
eat
business
anymore.
out there?
She tells people all the time she had gastric bypass surgery. It's
She
an
look
open
good?
thing. Yes, yes, she does. Fine, not for you.
How old is your mama again?
Married 10 years.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm so happy for that. Yeah, it is definitely that time of year. Tell us, what is on the horizons? What is the future for the STEREOTITANS?
Somebody want to take that? Or?
Everybody, look, we trying to figure it out right now.
You know what? We've been writing a lot of amazing music, and you know, with all honesty, I mean, we're going through life. We're all going through our own personal highs and lows and everything. So all that has to be translated in the music. So it's writing new music, getting new comic books out there. Animation.
So y'all need an animator.
Yeah, we're shopping around. So yes, we're open to all of that. We need to make sure we have that Adult Swim feel and everything.
I love it.
And also, I mean, we're shopping around for a publicist, a booking agent, so this way we can really take the whole, not band, but brand, just out globally. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing out on. Trying to hit more cons up, so by all means. We've had a lot of folks through J1 that was talking about, listen, y'all need to hit up Blurred.
Yes.
So
I will, whatever needs to happen.
I think this right here, people just have to be able to verbalize that. You know what I mean?
Oh, we gonna verbalize it.
It's
all right.
one thing for us to say,
We
but
just,
it definitely means a lot.
I just applied for a panel. You can apply right now for like a showcase. Or
I put it like this. We already, for us, without talking too much, we already have the opportunity. We do a showcase that we do for the head nurse in charge. It's kind of a little bit of comedy, a little bit of crazy. And having y'all perform would be, as long as the numbers make sense and everybody's schedule fits in, I'm definitely going to hit up Hilton and see what we can work out, because it's almost mandatory.
Oh, wow.
I know it. Lord Kronos, if I could be so kind as to exalt you all.
Yeah.
I think at BlurredCon, especially because J1Con for us is like the Upper East Coast version of BlurredCon.
Gotcha.
Big ups to Jason and what he's building, especially because not only is it a safe space for all creators, but it's also a safe space for creators of color. And BlurredCon is that down there.
Yeah.
And I can almost guarantee they ain't never seen nothing like y'all got.
Oh, man.
And they throw a heck of a after.
For real, so we would fit right in.
Exactly.
It's BlurredCon is just a 24-hour hedonism. I mean,
it's like 72 hours. It's a whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
We'll talk offline about that.
Let's please. Dude.
Yeah.
That sounds right up.
Look, we only got 4 rooms booked, son.
I only need one.
You don't get your own room.
You got a floor?
You don't get your.
Well, we had the whole. That was the dope thing about us at J1Con.
This past weekend.
Y'all basically had the whole floor and whatever extra rooms we had.
Yeah.
And then there was only a handful of people who had other rooms. So we took over a whole floor.
Oh, let me speak on that real quick.
Please, by all means.
I had stepped out for a smoke. And when I came back, I was on the elevator. There was yes, there are quotes. So security was on the elevator. And
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know, but one of the guys was like, "I ain't touching that damn 15th floor." I wonder why.
Yo,
that's a smart move, sir.
It was so awesome. Yo,
let me tell y'all something. That 15th floor was rocking.
Jumping.
Rock.
What? I'm sorry I'm saying it, but Showboat Casino, you don't book families on the 15th floor if you know that hnic and STEREOTITANS and the burlesque dancers are all on the same floor.
Oh, they were there too.
What?
On the
You didn't see?
floor.
Yo, you don't understand.
I hid in my room because I heard y'all had a lot of stuff going on.
Wait a minute. Come on. Alexa, get up to the mic. You got kidnapped.
Let's hear why.
Yeah, see, so
'Cause
my
you little.
birthday, right? My birthday was a week before J1.
Right.
So one of my friends was one of the cosplay guests. So she was just like, "Come on, you're coming with me. We're just gonna dip." So I missed like more than half of the after party.
Oh, well, you missed
I missed a
something
lot.
special because he ain't lying.
You stop that.
Between
Stop that.
our rooms, the burlesque show, STEREOTITANS. But the sad part is, imagine being in that cluster of madness, and there's maybe 2 or 3 rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to sleep.
Oh God! Who did this?
I just want to use the carousel.
Oh God.
And the best part about it was, if you were coherent enough to actually travel down the hallway, does
Some of
reasons,
us were not.
you would hear bing in the elevator, and you would hear like all these. There were even with security. I didn't see them. Even with security basically raiding the entire floor, people were still walking by them like, excuse me, sir, where's the party at? Chill. Quiet down.
A little bit of a reputation the Titans kind of have there.
I love it, though, because it's one thing to play rock. It's another thing to be it.
Oh, so we're rock stars?
Are
you saying
yo,
that
bro,
we're kind of rocking out?
I have to admit, there's this really cool video that Hyperion took. I'm sitting in a chair, we and him just talking, shooting it, and you're cracking a beer open, rooms are full, and there's this really dope moment where I was like, this is how it's supposed to be. Like, this is, if I said, yo, I hung out with rock stars, that's how I would envision it.
Oh, man.
And then I realized I need my everyday.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? I mean, there's a time to pay.
Yeah.
And there's a time to play. You know what I mean? So,
Facts.
I think one of the amazing things that we definitely love about J1Con is the community, you know, and that fellowship. You know, during the whole con, there was just a lot of love. And one thing about us, I mean, we're not going to be off to the side or, you know, wallflowering or whatever. Y'all know we have an open door policy. Hello. So, I mean, it's always awesome to just have that time to really just get to know us. And we want to do the same.
My man Phoenix said that ish was fun. You ain't lying, Jack. And it's okay to be late to the party, as long as you get to the party, baby.
Right.
You know, usually we usually ended around the 10 o'clock hour, but it was no way in the world we weren't going to dedicate a substantial amount of time to these super dope creatives. The STEREOTITANS came and blessed the studio, and if you can, for the people, can you let them know all your social media platforms, where they can go to support you financially, and then Tef, if you could go in the other room and prepare yourself to shake that whole behind to get your whole life as you twerk us to our financial security. But if y'all could give us the social medias, we would appreciate it.
So, like I said before, you can hit us up at StereoTitans.com. That's our website. On Facebook, it's Facebook.com/StereoTitans. On the gram, it's Instagram.com/StereoTitans. On Twitter, it's Twitter.com/StereoTitans. You can go on YouTube to our YouTube channel. Just search StereoTitans on there. All our videos pop up. Where else are we at, man? Go on all your streaming services for music on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Apple Music. Search StereoTitans. We're on there. Hit up the Indiegogo campaign. It's igg.me/@/StereoTitans. Help us out, y'all. We're looking for some loot, you know, trying to contribute, make better costumes, get more comic books out, produce more beers, get more music out to the folks, you know, just trying to, you know,
maybe actually have some Bumblebee weed created.
Yes.
Oh, you perked up on that one.
That's in our.
No, I didn't.
No, yeah, of course we did. We were happy to hear that you've got other ventures.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That you want to.
Yeah.
You're a philanthropist, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We love it, right, Sass?
Yep.
Well, we thank y'all. we thank y'all seriously for reaching out. You know what I mean? And we continue to build, and I mean, for real, this meant a lot. You know, to spread the word and everything. And we invite y'all to join us at either the Glenside Ale House or over at Round God's
You
Brewing.
let me know when.
So maybe you guys want to do a live.
Yeah, we're gonna make a thing. I think we'll have to make a thing of it.
Show there.
Bro, I think we will definitely have to make a thing of it because
Broadcast live.
What?
From the Titans Den.
What?
Live from
See?
Titans.
See?
Live from Titans.
And we'll have 6T Tef.
They got tables over there.
And we can bring the pole then.
Yeah. And they have
there's a poll
connect.
Y'all have to hit that Patreon.
Yeah, y'all listen.
Y'all
These
trying to
polls
book her are not cheap.
Yeah, them cheeks ain't cheap, baby. You got to go ahead and pay what you weigh if you want to see this thing. All I'm saying is
$1 and $5 tiers a month on Patreon.
Just to see you clap, make them cheeks clap.
Listen, that I told you the poll with the platform.
Don't say just like that's an understatement.
I'm not gonna mention it.
First of all, if you've seen my videos, you know it's more than that.
Look at me being an instigator. Was like, don't say just. I have horns. I'm supposed to be an instigator.
You've come to class. You've seen me actually like do the stuff. So.
I got 4 classes that I didn't use because after that first one, I was like, what? I was like, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be better than everybody in the class, and then I ain't go back.
You got all the boots.
I'm just busy. I'm too busy for that.
You
No, you're never too busy to learn how to clap your cheeks.
Make time.
Especially for Patreon.
Clapping your cheeks takes dedication and practice.
Yes, it
no
does.
clue, but you need to prepare to get ready
Yeah, because we don't even know what the outfit is going to be. It got to be like a Rick and Morty type of thong with a newt.
You gotta have like a picture Rick. I'm sorry, this almost.
So she got to get stuff painted on her cheeks.
I feel like we're gonna have to check our family tree.
All the way
We
around.
could definitely be related, bro. I do got Browns in my family, actually.
Say less. Now the family tree ain't far. Somehow, some way.
We all related, man. We all.
Tef, I'm not joking. You need to prepare to get in the middle of that floor and twerk your way out because you're gonna clap your cheeks, and I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna play their final Indiegogo video on the way out. So
I wish I had my knee pads.
That sounds sick.
Hold on.
6 is my living on Slitson Group.
I can't. Tef, you're making me laugh.
Not in Havana, baby.
We are not in Havana.
Wait.
How about you 1-5?
Don't put that up on Instagram.
I'm not Tef, what are you talking about? I'm about to.
No, I'm saying after that, when you cut up clips for next week's show, don't have this up on Instagram.
I just need. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna go take the floor. And
Wait, what floor?
Where do I need to go?
Wait.
Make sure Deadpool sees everything. Get your head right.
I already got stereotype
So wait, there's like no space.
You don't have no music, but they hear the music.
Gotta back it up.
We got there's space right there.
Back it up.
You ain't nothing but a clown.
Y'all be having me going back to work the questions. They be like, what? I'll be like, I didn't tell you to go look at. That's why I don't tell none of y'all to go look at it.
Exactly.
Talking about we should put it up on our worker email so that everybody can come. They want to come find us off my stuff. And I'm like, yeah, please don't do that. That's not a good idea. No work.
Look, I'm gonna just say this only on the head nurse in charge when the STEREOTITANS in the building.
Yeah, why
I got a little bit in the back holding it down. Will you see twerking?
Phoenix was like, I thought this was a family show.
It was a dysfunctional one.
We're a family.
Dysfunctional family.
I mean, technically, we are still a family show because whether people want to really acknowledge it or not, their kids and half the crap that goes on in their households is not perfect anyway. They just like to act that way because society frowns upon you for being like overly exposing your children to things they get exposed to anyway.
There you go.
It's sick.
Well, go ahead on and say it with your chest.
And because that makes me really mad. Like, societal norms are like, they piss me off. I don't curse about a lot of stuff on this show, but that's a big deal to me. I hate that.
All right, well,
don't judge my character off of that.
No, and that's why we use every opportunity we can to break every societal norm. Who would have thought that you could have a live show like you guys do, and you culminated with what we're doing, and honestly, these are things that you don't normally see. And that's what happens when creatives get together and they do dope things. And you got Titans with a succubus, a mermaid, a mini superhero. I'm King Kurt Live. Y'all already know what it is. Thank you for tuning in and hanging in there with us, especially because this is almost a 3-hour show now. And guess what? When you got special people in the building, time just flies. Much love to the STEREOTITANs. Remember to hit them up on their Indiegogo. We're going to set up something where we going to rock out with them again. And I'm going to leave y'all with their final message.
Tomorrow, citizens and demigods worldwide. 'Tis I, Oki.
'Tis I, Hyperion.
'Tis I, Hades. 'Tis I, Saint Prometheus.
It is I, Lord Kronos.
A Philly's own comic book rock band,
STEREOTITANS.
And we want to take the time to
read it right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For your ongoing support you've shown us since the start. Although, what we're about to do in this clip is new territory.
New territory for us.
It's new territory for these jokers. Not for me, though.
We have a short announcement.
What? We have a short announcement
that we need to make.
You illiterate son of a Don't touch me.
Like, who wrote that anyway?
There you go, get all that.
We have a short announcement to make. Just listen up.
We broke.
We are broke.
And we need money.
Money.
Have you ever seen a broke Titan living off gas station fried chicken?
Ramen noodles with the zest of hot Cheetos and Takis?
Just another struggling band asking for money, you say? Why should I invest, you say?
Get a job!
Get off my balls, T!
Why should I invest in you say?
You know how hard it is to keep sustenance for this?
Why should I invest, you say?
On a serious note, you've asked for bigger production, better costumes, better props, more music, more comic books, more of us. And that's exactly what we're going to do with your help. Give you more of us. So, go to Indiegogo. Signing off.